Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay. Flag in hand, fury in eyes, screams of pride, ignoring lies, iron grip, ruthless and cold, American dream, fierce and bold, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart, no retreat, no surrender, bulldozers force, a savage offender, red, white, blue, burning bright, in the chaos he finds delight, blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed of theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage again, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left, in the name of the blessed of theft, freedom's price, a crimson blade, bulldozer, savage of fate, legend made, bow before the storm, unstoppable wave, marching forward, no soul to save, bulldozers wrath, tearing apart, exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
Welcome to the Dozer Den, everybody. Glad you have taken time out of your day, evening, afternoon, morning, night, whatever time it may be, wherever you may be. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. Thank you so much to Lord Sterling for the raid. Always a great night when you can start out with a raid. Isn't that right, guys? Isn't that right? Sometimes a good rating is good for you. Builds character. Guys, if you have not smashed that like button yet, what are you waiting for? Give that like, just smash it. Smash that like button. Caress the like button. Lean in real close to the like button. Whisper sweet nothings into its ear. Do a big deep. And do not be like creepy Uncle Joe Biden. He is nearly out of sight, out of mind, although he lingers like a stench, as one who is a nursing home resident sometimes does. It's just the case. It's just the truth. It's reality, guys. It's reality. We got to be real here in the Dozer Den. If you have not followed the channel yet, guys, we are at 739 followers. Not sure if that's because of the creator program or if it's because we are starting to catch fire. But my goodness, if you have not followed the channel yet, go ahead and smash that follow button. Help achieve the very modest and humble goal of reaching 1,000 followers by April. Guys, we have less than a month, but I think you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den, I think you can make it happen. You like that, Night Wolf? Yeah, that's what I'm going to call the Dozer Den theme song. I actually made that with AI. It's quite yeah, I was pleased with it. It hits all the right notes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate the heck out of you. Hope you all have had a wonderful past few days. Last stream was on Saturday. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays this week. Starting this week, we are going to be doing. We're going to add Tuesdays, so it'll be Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. We usually go for about, I used to say 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, but that's a dirty, rotten lie. Every single time I've said it, it's a dirty, rotten lie. So we usually go 3 to 4 hours, typically cover about 3 to 4 news topics, and then we have a bit of a palate cleanser at the end. And then I usually try to include a segment that I call the Massey Minute. Because he is one of the most constitutionally consistent individuals in Congress. And, even though sometimes he rubs people the wrong way, he's pretty principled. So I appreciate that. And I feel like that's important. Guys, some amazing ways that you can support this channel for free: smashing that like button, sharing this stream out with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Z's or Zem friends. I'm not judging. As long as you leave the animals and the kids out of it, I don't give a shit. Keep it consensual and between adults, and we're good. You can comment in the comment section. You can be nice. You could call somebody a twat. Whichever is your flavor. What's up, Harry Totu, Cyrene, Pickle, Night Wolf? My goodness, Entropy Nomad, you guys are slapping that peach. Guys, if you want to support this show in a monetary fashion, nobody ever has to, but if you have the means and you are willing, if you are so inclined, you can subscribe to this channel for a measly $5 a month, and you get access to subscriber-only emotes, such as that lovely peach getting a little tap in the jiggle physics, guys. It has jiggle physics. You gotta appreciate jiggle physics, especially on an emote. There's a plethora of emotes. I slaved away. My thumbs were sore. They were ablaze with fatigue by the time I was done collecting all those wonderful emotes for you, lovely killdozers here in the Dozer Den. They're waiting for you. If you are so inclined to gift subscriptions, there is a lovely little red gift box there at the bottom of the chat, and you can share. Oh yes, Dirk Gently. We do know about the twat waffle. It is twat waffle. That's sign language for twat waffle. It's very important. This is an educational program. But you can spread some cheer and gift subs to your fellow chatters so that they may also have access to those wonderful, wonderful emotes. And your name is lit up in the most beautiful shade of a MAGA red. It is the Rumble Rash, and it is treated with America. A whole Gulf of America can treat the Rumble Rash, and it only makes it blaze ever so much redder. Indeed. Yeah, that's right, Harry Totu. It's very, very true. Very true. Thank you for reiterating that. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. It has been a busy few days. Here in Southeast Missouri, we are starting to get a little bit closer to springtime. Kind of. The flowers are blooming. My hyacinths, all 3 of the hyacinths are starting to bloom, and I'm happy about this. I'm all over the place when it comes to tastes. I got the redneck stuff. I got the deer over there. I got the fish. I got anime stuff. I also am a fan of flowers. Flowers are fucking awesome. Flowers are metal. Just saying. Some flowers really are. They'll eat you. Well, they'll eat small things. I guess if you were small enough, they would. But yes, stay away from the blue waffles. Absolutely. Astute observation. Very, very Much so. Guys, there is a Discord and the dozerden.locals.com, two other places where you can hang out, you can chill, you can have yourself a good time over there in the Discord. Those links are in the description. Guys, if you don't want to send a Rumble rant and you don't want to subscribe through Rumble, if you wanted to donate monetarily, there is a Venmo and a Cash App. Those links are in the description as well. Oh man, guys, nobody ever has to donate monetarily, but it sure does help out every couple weeks. Not gonna lie to you. We're having ourselves a good time here tonight, though, guys, because there are many things at play in the world. Many, many things. Real quick, guys. So, being part of the creator program, one of the things that they want us to do, one of the things that they want us to do is do 5 hours a month of Rumble Premium. So, if you subscribe to Rumble Premium using that little button down there at the bottom, it will be tied to my channel. And that, if you choose to click the little subscribe to premium, the little, I think it's a red premium button. If you do that, that will be tied to me, and I will actually get a little bit from that. So that's a way to support as well if you wanted to join Rumble Premium. You don't have to, but it's there, and it does help me out. So, and it'll help you out because you will no longer have to worry about those nasty little ads, and you get access to when you subscribe to Premium, you get access to all the other creators who have premium content here on Rumble. So, if you like watching Timcast or something like that, and you're not a premium subscriber yet, you can get that as well. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for my 5 hours a month. I kind of was thinking about, I was talking in Mild's chat earlier, and I thought, there you go. Thanks, TV Green. Smashing that like button. Dahlia is your favorite flower. You're not gay. Hey, flowers are cool, man. You ain't gay if you like flowers. I had this thought, maybe doing some outdoorsy kind of stuff. Since it's warming up, I'm a bit of a fisherman, so I kind of thought maybe I could start doing an hour or so here or there in the evenings. Just go out and do some fishing. Just stream me fishing and chatting. I'll have my earbud in, charged up so it doesn't die on me. The problem is signal. That's the only problem. A lot of the places that I like to go fishing don't necessarily have the best signal, so I would have to test that out, or maybe set up a hot spot. I don't know, guys. But I had that thought about maybe just doing some hiking, just outdoors stuff, maybe some yard work, some gardening, because we're going to be doing getting the garden up and running. So you guys might show you the. I've mentioned my work ethic, and when I get to gardening, I get to digging. Being a manlet, I am a bit of a dwarf, and I embrace that. I get after it whenever I'm in the garden, and I can get a lot done pretty quickly, but I can slow it down a little bit for you. Get a little bit sweaty in the garden for some Rumble Premium content, possibly. I don't know. Just kind of kicking around some ideas. Thought about maybe doing some lifting, maybe. I don't know. Just throwing and actually using this mobile studio, which I've had issues with in the past whenever I'm setting up a stream. But the one time that I actually used it to stream, it worked fairly well for what I needed at the time. So, I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though. Guys, something I figured out today. That right there. Boom. Daramuth helped me figure that out. See, now I got my name there. Now, in case you didn't know who I was, I got a name tag. And I tinkered with the banner and gave it a little bit of a green hue. Green's my favorite color, so Rumble and I are just perfect partners. Just saying. We match well. But man, guys, don't do Tub Girl. Night Wolf, it's very important. And my favorite flower, probably going to be the magnolia bush. I've got a saucer magnolia out front that has been struggling, and somebody was telling me that I've got it in too much sun. So that, and I'm going to fertilize it this year, and hopefully it doesn't get cold again, and it actually does something, because it had one decent year after I planted it. And I love those flowers, little pink and white, solid things. And then the next year, it got warm, frost hit it. Because the most consistent thing about Missouri weather is the inconsistency. It's just common sense, you know. But yeah, magnolia. I do love the magnolia. Green is the best color. Absolutely, Harito too. You are a man of culture as well. I see. You know what? I think I like it. Do you guys like how the chat looks when I pop it out like that? I like how it does give it more attention when I pop it out like that. Because one of the things I didn't like about them shrinking it down when the pinned comments is that it didn't pop as well. So I did a little bit of, I did the black background and the green kind of glow. Oh no. It's all you can smell in South Carolina. What's that? Magnolias? Hmm. But yeah, guys, we're having ourselves a good time tonight because we have things to talk about. There are some topics. There are some topics. We have Zelensky crawling his way to the UK after he took a trouncing, a thumping, a just he got stomped. He got stomped so hard by JD Vance and Donald Trump that he had to crawl to the UK. And the UK obliged, and all the other European suicidal maniacs over there have obliged. And something like pretty much want to support this whole thing for the next 100 years. Essentially, what has happened? What has happened? And I've talked about the parallels with Ukraine to Afghanistan. You have to arm the rebels and you have to fund the rebels, right? You have to fund them to fight the Russians. They did that in Afghanistan, right? That worked out really well for us, didn't it? Almost like it's fucking intentional, right, guys? Just saying. Just fucking saying. And Israel as well. There's some parallels with Israel because you can't question any support for Ukraine. And if you dare talk about not giving every single bit that you possibly can to Ukraine, well, you're just a horrible person. You're some type of Easter-isms. That's the vibe I'm getting with Ukraine right now. And it's insane because the Ukrainians, they did things that would make the Nazis blush. They were horrendous to the Jews. They were not good people. And it is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. It is literally used as a money laundering venue for more powerful countries. The crazy thing is, people think this started just a couple years ago. They don't know, or they choose not to acknowledge that it goes back all the way to 2014. And it's rather frustrating at this point because if you're going to talk out about it, you should fucking know what you're talking about. And I'm tired. I'm not being nice about it anymore. And this is how I am in my personal life at this point. If you're going to sit there and spout alpha about it and act like you fucking know, you better come with some fucking receipts and actually know what the hell you're talking about, because I'm going to make you look like a fucking idiot. Because you deserve it at this point. You should know. If you haven't looked at this point, you're an idiot and I don't like you. Because there are just hundreds of thousands of men and women and disabled individuals. Guys, are you telling me that you don't support sending people with Down syndrome to the front line to be fed into the meat grinder? Because that's what they're doing in Ukraine right now. They're taking young fathers away from their families. They're taking older fathers away from their families that might be one of their only caretakers or providers. Oh, we'll give them to an aunt, I guess, right? We'll take dad away. We'll take dad away and put him on the front lines for a war that doesn't need to be fought. For what, in my opinion, has to be some type of blood sacrifice. As far as I'm concerned, that's what it fucking looks like. You know, let's go ahead and start off really, really early with a little bit of a talk here about what I think might be going on. When I try to rationalize things and I try to put myself in other people's perspectives, guys, I really do. I try to be an empathetic individual because I think it's important to do that. But whenever you look at all the millions and millions of people, millions of innocent individuals that are fed into the meat grinder, it seems like it's a bit of a blood sacrifice, in my opinion. Just gonna say, it's what it kind of seems like. Maybe it's for some type of power or clout or energy or whatever. I don't know what exactly is going on. But one day we're going to figure it out. One day we're going to figure out why the elites, and I say that with disdain, why the elites are so want to sacrifice our young people. And sometimes in Ukraine up to the 40s now, 40s and 50s, some of the older folks. Just put more and more innocent folks, More innocent folks into that meat grinder to, I guess, please Moloch. I don't fucking know at this point. But there's not much else. There's not much else that I can figure out. When I try to rationalize it, I can't. And as I've said before, where confusion is present, God is not. And God is not present with these things right now. It's absolutely not. Right there. Right there, Inch-B Nomad. Tell Vlad I will have more room after the election. More flexibility after the election, I think. Wasn't it flexibility? Yeah, Obama to Medvedev. We started out early with a rant, guys. It was a little bit unhinged there. Damn, JJR. With the 16th like, thank you so much. So very much for that. Ball and Moloch, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be demonic. That's all I got. Because I can't rationalize it any other way. Except for the power aspect. But no, it wasn't. That's why I said Afghanistan and Israel. It's got vibes of the two. There are parallels with the parallel with Israel would be that you can't question support for Ukraine without being labeled something. You can't acknowledge that Israel does bad things sometimes. The government of Israel does bad things. You have people like Lex Friedman that dance around the involvement with Mossad and Epstein. Literally acted like he had never heard of it. Lex Friedman is a smart robot, man. Lex Friedman knows exactly what people were the person was talking. I think it was he's the crude fellow who's on the Joe Rogan Experience quite often. Mike something, I think. He was talking about it. And Lex Friedman acted like he wouldn't touch that with a 30-foot pole. Wouldn't even talk about Mossad. And it's not just Mossad. It's not just Mossad. CIA, MI6, multiple agencies were involved with Epstein. Multiple agencies were involved with Epstein. So yeah. We're gonna go through an article. We're gonna, play some of Keir Starmer, which if you look at Keir Starmer really closely, guys, I kind of think that Keir Starmer looks like an aging bull dyke. That is really worried about getting to their next tennis match. That's what Keir Starmer kind of gives off the vibe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh my goodness. We are streaming tonight to Rumble X for the Extreme, YouTube, and Pill.net. We didn't do BitChute tonight because I'm experimenting. Last stream, I didn't stream to Pill.net, but I streamed to BitChute. And we had a hiccup at a little after 3 hours, but it fixed itself. I don't know if that's Rumble or if it was because I wasn't sharing to Pill.net. I hope that's not the case because I like Pill.net. That is a cool platform. If you haven't checked it out yet, Pill.net. Dozer74 over there. Let me check on my people over there, by the way. Gosh. Could be considerate and actually give a crap. Oh my goodness. Entropy Nomad. Gifting 1 subscription to the Dozer Den. Thank you so freaking much for your support. TV Green is the lucky winner chicken dinner of that gifted sub. Chadley as hell of you, Entropy Nomad. Thank you so much for the support. I sincerely appreciate it. Now, TV Green, whenever you refresh, because I think you still have to refresh, you will. Oh, wait, you show up red right away. Nice. Maybe. Well, that's cool. Rumble's moving on up, guys. I know it's got its hiccups, and I have been frustrated at times. I have. But it is getting better. Oh, look at that. We currently have 2 people over there watching on Pill.net. We got Ghost Pepper. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Look at that. We got a Ghost Pepper in the chat over there with the stickers. That is one thing that I do love. See, the cool thing about Rumble's chat is you got these awesome little animated emotes. Happy Otter. Indeed. See, those are just the Rumble only emotes, but there are even more. There are even more that are Bill Dozer 74 Dozer Den subscriber only emotes. There's a lot. There's like 30. I think 30 or 32. There's something for just about everything. Just about every type of emotion you might have. Right there. That's the most important one, honestly. Slapping the peach. Guys, the weekday shows, they're going to be more focused on some news stuff, some current event stuff, and then the Saturday show is mostly focused on the Dozer Den DJ hour. We went for 5 hours on Saturday, y'all. Y'all were having a good time, so I just kept it freaking rolling. That's Pikachu. It's very small when I pull it up. That's what she said. Oh. But anyways, you eat it like a peach. Oh my goodness. There you go. Washing dishes and listening. There you go, TV Green. Appreciate you listening. To all the people who watch after the live, thank you so freaking much for watching this show. We are getting some pretty good views, pretty good hours in general watching these streams. So I am really happy that the numbers are going up, but the main thing that I am focused on is providing great content for you guys. I know I've been a little bit squirrely this evening, a little bit squirrely. I wanted to talk about the weather and the flowers, guys. It's important stuff. It's important stuff. There you go. But yeah, I want to make a good show for you guys. Want to make something that the audience wants to come back for. So, Monty Python. Get on with it. Oh, you're giving me ideas, Entropy. That might have to happen. I'm gonna write it down in my handy dandy little notebook. See that? I take suggestions. Sometimes I forget, but get on with it, emote. Let me see if I can make that happen. I know some people that are able to actually make them, so. Okay, Monty Python. Next topic after Zelensky being a little bitch, crawling his way to all the places that will shower him with their bucks. NATO. What's it good for? We're going to talk a little bit, we're going to be nuanced about it for a minute, and I'm really going to try not to just talk shit on NATO. I'm going to try to provide the other perspective, at least for 5 minutes. It seems like NATO, maybe when Trump, maybe tomorrow, maybe there's going to be an announcement about NATO. There are rumors, there are rumblings here on Rumble that we might be pulling out of NATO. And I really can't argue with it. I can't. And I can. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play devil's advocate. It's one of the good ways to train yourself to debate is to put yourself in the other person's shoes and actually argue their position. Steel manning, right? So I'm going to do that a little bit. But NATO is seems to be on a suicidal bent. Honestly, it seems to be like it. The gears of war are just rolling on, and NATO is doing nothing to stop it. I was in a group of people, and I stuck with this group because it said the group was Massey Advocates on X, and so I thought, okay, this is my people, right? Turns out it's a bunch of DeSimps, just DeSantis people and people who hate Trump. That's pretty much what it turned into, and some cunts. Lady Dozer doesn't like that word, but there were just a couple cunts in there, and I trolled them mostly. I'd throw out something positive about libertarianism or independent-minded individuals like Massey and some of that ethos. And then when I saw them just hating on Trump, I would mock them and I would troll them. And here's the thing about me: I don't care if you're a woman. If you come at me with cuntiness, I'm going to be an asshole to you, and I don't care if you're a female. If you want to step into a online forum with somebody, and if you want to step in conversationally with somebody, and you want to act like a bitch, I'm going to be a dick right back to you in the most calm and collected way. Because I think that's important. I think it's important when someone's being like that you should check them. That's for anybody. If someone's being a petty little ass for the males, you got to put them in their place too. And I do that frequently because I'm a blunt person. And like it says in my X profile, I'm blunt and I don't apologize for that. Over there on X at Bulldozer74, we are currently at 3,446. Sometimes it dips down to 3,440. I still don't understand how X works. I'm just fumbling my way through the internet here, guys. Oh, this is just a flesh wound or lad. Jesus Christ. Sanglant, one of the lone locals supporters. Thank you so much for your support over there. To all my monthly subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate the heck out of you, and I hope to continue to earn your viewership. Third topic after we talk about NATO, we have a Thomas Crooks update, guys. Didn't expect that. I really didn't. I expected that to kind of freaking die because nobody's been talking about the Trump shooter from Butler, Pennsylvania. He shot Trump in the head. Currently, Bobble Trump still has the gauze, guys. Bobble Trump over here, he is my co-host. One of the most awesome bobbleheads ever. Lady Dozer fashioned him this wonderful, wonderful foil hat. But yes, that happened. That happened, guys. Excuse me. Guys, I might be working something. There might be something in the works with old Anton. Got to work it out, but you might be seeing me munch on some Anton's Biltong on the streams periodically. I already ate a whole bag since Saturday. I got my Biltong on Friday. It is the Wagyu. It is absolutely delicious. You guys want to know what I had for dinner tonight? I went low carb and I had Anton's Biltong, the Wagyu. It was delicious. And I got a little salt shaker. If you saw my review, I did an unboxing and test and review of Anton's Biltong from biltongusa.com. And I gave my unfiltered perspective on how it tasted, and none of that is bullcrap. I'm a guy who likes to eat. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm not gonna lie. If I think food tastes like crap, I'm gonna tell you. It's an excellent product, excellent packaging, excellent service and communication. That is somebody that you should definitely give your business for sure. But yeah, I've already eaten an entire bag of that. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of that. That is making healthy decisions by going low carb. Indeed. So yeah, we have a Crooks update. Got an article and a bit of a video from an investigative journalist who has been on the ground in Pennsylvania and been asking a bunch of questions. Some of the questions are getting met with an interesting response, guys. Very interesting response. It's almost like they don't want you to know exactly everything that was going on behind the scenes with Thomas Crooks. There's no way the man acted alone. There's no way that guy acted alone. You can't convince me that he acted alone. But they act like he's a lone wolf, don't they? They act like he's a lone wolf. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it in the least. No. And I think with all the cell phone and with all the metadata that they can get, they're going to find I would not be surprised if there were a group of people working with him. Most likely governments. Most likely glowing, kind of like the box up there. That's just my perspective. That's just what I think. That's just what I think. Last topic of the evening, we got a little bit of border talk. Uncharacteristically, CBS News is actually giving Trump credit for the decrease in border crossings. Apparently, it's at like 28-year low, I think. I think that's the number. I skimmed through the article. I didn't read it all. A lot of times when I find an article, I'll do a quick scan of it and determine whether or not it's worth reading. And honestly, I'm really digesting it for the first time when I'm reading it with you guys. So you're getting, whenever I read through an article, you're getting a lot of the times my initial reaction to what's being read. So that's kind of like I don't know. That's how I like to do it. It might make it go a little bit more smoothly if I read them completely and thoroughly before. But you know what? I like tearing into the authors when they need it. And if it's a CBS article, there's a good chance that we're going to be tearing into it. Yup. Well, there were a lot of shots being taken at him. And it might not have just been the one person who is credited with taking him out. As we all know, there have been assassins in the past that were taken out just so that they couldn't squeal. So, yeah. Fun times, guys. Fun times indeed. What kind of things would you guys like for premium content? If you are a Rumble premium user, what are some things that you might find interest in? I thought that the outdoorsy stuff might be kind of cool, but I might go ahead and start making it maybe 30 minutes of a stream. Maybe like the last 30 minutes of a stream when we're maybe hell, maybe you could throw some questions out if you're a premium subscriber, and we could just talk, have a chat about some topics that you guys want to talk about at the very end of the stream. I don't know. I'm kind of kicking it around, trying to figure it out. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. So for those of you who don't have to worry about it tonight. But like I said, if you do subscribe to Premium with that little red button, well, that'll help me out apparently. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's there. There's a red button that says something like subscribe. I think, what does it say exactly? Because I don't want to get it wrong. Let me see. Oh, goodness. Did I already share this on X? Yes, I did. Yes, it says Rumble Premium. So there's the red Rumble Premium button by my name down there. If you click that, then that will be tied to my channel and helps me out. What's premium? Well, Torque Doctor or Two Form or More Perfect Union. Is that what you're going by today? Premium. You're already in it, don't you? You liar. Shit. An RC Killdozer would be cool as hell. That would be cool as hell. I actually thought about having Lady Dozer make some merch. She's really crafty. Might get her to like do a shirt or something like that, or crochet something. I see you over there, Ghost Pepper, over there in pill.net chat, posting stickers. Appreciate you over there, Ghost Pepper. Looks to be one of the only people over there watching on pill.net. That's all right though. That's all right though. I caught it. I caught it. I noticed the green afterwards. Oh man. But guys, we have to talk about the SmackDown. Well, the resulting limping, pathetic weaseling that Zelensky has done. It, you know, one of the things that I hate about it. One of the things that I hate about it is it appears, guys, that the Democrats and Obama's crew were actually met with Zelensky. They met with Zelensky before the meeting with Trump and Vance to sabotage it. And could we just go ahead and talk about the Logan Act for a minute and actually prosecute somebody for it? Because there have been some bullcrap ways that they've tried to go after people on the right for it. Ah. Okay, Harry tells you like the music stuff, but I'd rather you doing stuff and you can talk crap. All right, all right. Well, that's something. I'm liking the idea of doing it mobile, bringing the phone out and starting a Rumble Premium stream. Maybe I could just plan it as long as the weather cooperates. We can make something happen. I think the fishing thing could be cool. I think the outdoorsy stuff, doing a hike, maybe like a nature hike. I could flip the camera around, flip it back and forth. I kind of like that idea. But yeah, Zelensky. Zelensky has the bull dyke. The bull dyke Keir Starmer has just kissed the buttocks of Zelensky over and over and over. The European allies, apparently, guys, they're allies. I can't tell. I can't freaking tell. One of the things that I think is important to acknowledge is this. I have a clip here from John Kirby. He looks kind of like one of those little characters, the claymation characters. You guys know what I'm talking about? The claymation characters from the old. Thanks, QLSQ over there on pill.net. Appreciate your support. Red pilling away. It's almost moral season. Nice. Let me see here. So John Kirby and a journalist, a very, very assertive journalist, not aggressive, but he put John Kirby in his place. And you can see this is the way that the last administration took it whenever media actually pressured them, especially about their sacred cow, Ukraine. So let's take a look really quick here, and then we'll dive a little bit more into we got some funnies. We got some funnies with it. We also have an article that we're going to read through on the support that Europe is giving. And just I really struggle to call them allies at this point because it doesn't seem like they are. Just saying, it really doesn't seem like they are. Real quick, we have a quick back and forth about, I don't know, looking at it from Russia's perspective, because sometimes it's okay to do that. You can empathize with somebody without completely agreeing with them. You can understand why they might make the moves that they've been making. And it's really hard to argue with this journalist pressuring Kirby. Pretty sure this dude's name was Kirby.
NATO has moved closer to Russia rather than Russia moving closer to NATO. Is that not an accurate way to look at this?
I think that's the way President Putin probably looks at it. It's certainly not
But
the way that we look at it.
You don't think that NATO has expanded eastward toward Russia?
NATO has expanded.
That's the problem. Literally, that's the fucking problem. One of the only things that Russia asked for decades ago was that NATO wouldn't move an inch closer to them. And all that is going on over the past few decades is NATO has been pushing the line closer to Russia. And Russia finally is like, well, okay, fuck you. You want it? Fine. You're going to keep doing it? Fine.
So the reason that the
What's up,
Russian army
Neurodivergent
is
One?
at
Good to see you, bud.
doorstep is not the
Awesome
fault of
mod
the
in the
Russian
chat.
army, it's not the Russian army that's done it. It's NATO has moved closer to
I'm pretty
east.
sure it wasn't NATO who was ordering, upwards of 15 battalion tactical groups to within 10 kilometers of the border with Ukraine. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't NATO who put little green men inside Ukraine to destabilize
Little green men? Little green men, you say?
eastern
I'm pretty
cities.
sure that Ukraine is
What's up,
not
Lord
a
of the Ring?
member of NATO. Do you not understand how, or can you not even see how the Russians will perceive it as a threat? And the fact that it keeps getting closer to their border. You're moving closer to Russia, yet you're blaming the Russians for being close to NATO.
No. We're blaming the Russians for violating the territorial integrity of Ukraine and destabilizing the security
Which is
situation
not a
inside
NATO
Europe.
member. Which is not a NATO.
Bam. Just fucking checked his ass. You could tell he wasn't used to that. Neurodivergent One, yes, I just had missed a message from Trish. That's all it was. She had some company over, so that's all it was. So yeah, there wasn't anything bad there. There you go, Sterling. What's up, Julian? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. Appreciate the heck out of you joining. Don't forget to smash that like button. Give it a good thumping. Caress the like button. Have your way with the like button. Guys, in the old days of Rumble, it used to be known as the plussy because it was a plus sign. You could smash the plussy, pound the plussy, wreck that plussy. Have your way with the plussy. Sometimes they let you grab them right by the plussy. That's Plussy. Get your filthy minds out of the gutter, y'all. Yeah. Glad to be here. Been a minute. Yeah, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having yourself a good time hanging out as a killdozer here in the Dozer Den, Julian. Oh man, but that was a little bit of a back and forth there. Here's a completely serious, and not at all satirical video of Zelensky and Trump going back and forth in the Oval Office. We're just gonna say this is completely serious and not satirical at all.
That was yours. We thought that baggie belonged to Hunter. I think the Secret Service probably still has it somewhere.
I have been stealing the money.
I'm sorry, what's that now?
I must to speak honestly. I steal many of USA dollars to Ukraine, millions. Some dollars for some oligarchs also, some for American bureaucrats also.
Well, we know that, but why are you telling me this?
Because, Mr. Trump, if you end war, we cannot steal any more money. We must continue war.
It's the truth.
No, the war must end. Your people are dying, Zelensky. They're dying.
But I want to steal more money. What do you want? Fellatio? I can do it.
No, I don't want fellatio. No.
Are you sure? I did for Biden.
Okay, that is what we call oversharing. Look, there's nothing you have that I want. You're not going to convince me to keep this war going. You don't have the cards.
I not play cards.
No, I know you're not literally playing cards. It's a metaphor. It's like I'm playing 4D chess and you're playing checkers.
No, I not play checkers. There is no checkerboard, you see.
Okay, let's try this. I am in the driver's seat, okay? Do you understand that expression?
No, but we are not in car.
No, you're right. You're right. We're not in a car. That's true.
Listen, Mr. Trump, I am actor / comedian. I crave attention. Since start of war, I get worshipped by presidents. I'm worshipped
He also craves a whole lot of cocaine. Where's all the money gone? Up his nose.
by Hollywood. If war ends, no more attention, no more worship. With all due respect, Mr. Trump, this war must last forever.
I tell you what, if you agree to end this war, we will do a remake of Friends, and you can play Ukrainian Chandler Bing. How does that sound?
Oh, I love the Friends. This is favorite show of me. I am such a Monica.
Fantastic.
This is
Okay, so let's
diplomacy.
sign the thing, and then I'll go
Diplomacy.
show you the room where Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky did it.
Oh yes, this is funny because I just say I'm
Actually, apparently, that's something that Trump does on a regular basis, or at least during his first administration. He would be like, hey, that's the spot where it happened. That's where the blue dress got its stain.
such a Monica. Maybe we will go in room and you can be Bill Clinton and I will be Monica. Yes?
You know what? Forget the room. Let's just sign the document. Does anyone have a pen? Phil? Where's Phil? I need a pen. Somebody give me a damn pen.
completely 100% accurate conversation between Zelensky and Trump right there. Guys, it's refreshing to have such brutal honesty between those two, isn't it? It was glorious. It was glorious. Of course that was satirical. For anybody who may be confused, of course that was satirical. That was a good one though. AI is just fantastic. AI helped with the Dozer Den theme song, which you will hear at the beginning and at the ending of the streams. And it does awesome videos like that. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Um, we have a bit of a response here from JD Vance because the response the liberals stop the liberals have lost their freaking minds. What? Never had Taco Bell. Ooh, that's crazy. You think you know someone? I was watching Viva on Timcast IRL. Found out he's never had Taco Bell. His son hasn't either. He says he's stopping for some after the show. Well, hopefully he has something good. There are some things from Taco Bell that are not that great. Hopefully Viva can find something that he enjoys from Taco Bell. That Cantina taco, though, crispy one, that's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Get you a chalupa. You can't go wrong with a chalupa. Just saying. Just saying. Oh. There we go. There we go. Viva's stomach is going to be in turmoil later. Never had Taco Bell. That's horrifying. It's all right though. It's all right though. Good for Viva. He's going to get to experience some America because it's clearly not Mexican. You guys are having a great time in the chat. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Caress the like button. Thump it. Thump it hard. 7-layer burrito used to be good. Used to be good. I think I got food poisoning off of one of those once because I'm pretty sure it was a little bit too chilly. And I ate it, and I ate it all, and I was sick as a dog the next day. And it was Taco Bell. The crunch wraps are pretty solid. I like the 3-cheese chicken flatbread melts. Add baked beans, potatoes, and onions, and then some mild sauce, and that is just, it's good stuff, guys. It's good stuff. But you know what I had for dinner, though? I had BiltongUSA.com. Anton's meat. That was my dinner, and it's honestly very filling. The other day, I used Biltong to avoid going into a crave fest after a handful of wheat thins, which is not a bad snack, but still, you don't need all that sodium, right? And Biltong's probably got sodium. But, oh yeah. Julian, the hair's getting, it actually, if you straighten it out, because I got curly hair. It's got curl to it, but when you pull it down, it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. Have I tried Bovrite yet? No, I have not. Apparently, I'm going to have some more Biltong on the way. Some of the Angus Biltong is coming my way. But yeah, it's a good snack deterrent. It's a healthy snack. And, low carb. That was my dinner. But, let's see here. Here's, speaking of liberals freaking out about the response from Trump and JD Vance just thumping the hell out of old Zelensky. Vladimir. Ugh. See, the king and queen left a comment on the last stream. I did not take a look at that. Sorry for not keeping an eye on the comments. If you do want to leave a comment here on the stream, apparently that helps the algorithm. So, comment away. Be nice to somebody. Call somebody a fag. I'm not going to tell you what to do necessarily. Just, I'll lead you. I'll guide you to what you can do. But here, God, call to activism. This has got to be one of the gayest accounts on X for this response here. The liberals cannot stand you destroying their sacred cow. Call to Activism said, "This is so fucking tragic. Today, Europe is completely united behind Ukraine and the cause of freedom. Meanwhile, the United States is sitting this one out along with Russia and Iran. Make it make sense." Well, if you weren't such a fag, maybe you'd understand that it's not exactly what you've been told. Okay, do you guys see what I mean? Does Keir Starmer, that fag, Does he not kind of look like an aging lesbian? Some might say, you know what? He's not masculine enough to be the bull dyke. Honestly, no, he's just an aging lesbian. Just looks very nervous and like he's going to miss his tennis match. That's what he looks like. Low male energy. Very low male energy. Yeah, they did say make it make sense. Very, very weak energy. Very low. Very low energy. Just like Jeb Bush. It's cringe as hell. It's cringe as hell. Lord of the Ree, rest in peace to Lord of the Ree sex. Well, timeout. It's a timeout. You'll be back, Lord of the Ree. Did you appeal? If you call someone a fag, you get a gold star. Oh, yes. Guys, I got all the gold stars. Guys, when I say fag, I don't mean homosexual. I just mean you're being a fag. Soy Starmer. Nice. I like that. I like Soy Starmer. I haven't heard that one yet. That's good, Julian. All right, let's go ahead and play this. All these people just supporting. Put a fucking suit on. Guys, I don't own a suit either, but I'm not a fucking leader of a country. If you're a leader of a look, everybody else has a suit. But this stupid sumbitch gotta have the fatigues, act like he very strong general. Yes, I am on the front line. I am going to fight too. No, you're not. No, you're not. Best thing that you're the thing that you're best at is entertaining and acting, because that's what you are. You played the piano with your dick. Just saying. We played that last stream, guys. We did. QLSQ says Zen needs to keep the war going forever so he can stay in office. No elections during wartime. That's exactly right. QLSQ over there on pill.net. If you dare stop this war, well, then you might have to have elections. The fact that we, as a public, as a society, the fact that we, as a society, we'll get back to that, have decided that we can take a minute and actually say this and mean it. We can say, well, you shouldn't have elections if you have a war. Blows my fucking mind. You dim-witted cunts that are saying this, they're acting like it makes sense and trying to justify a dictator, which is what Zelensky is. He's shutting down fucking churches. He's shutting down opposition in general. It is martial law in Ukraine. Ukraine is not a democracy. Okay? Right now you have a dictator at the helm, and he has been propped up by your tax dollars and everybody else's tax dollars, but mostly ours. Like 350 billion of America's dollars have supported a fucking dictator. It's not a democracy. It is absolutely disgusting that people are going to justify not having elections. But it's all about democracy, right? All about democracy. You are disingenuous and feckless, in my opinion, if you are spouting that nonsense. You either don't know or you're a fucking liar. About tired of it. About tired of it, y'all. All right. Back to it. We're a little ranty tonight. We're a little bit ranty. Back to this little clip here. Watching the puppets do their thing. No, look, there's Macron. Those two right there. I don't know who that is. Germany lady, maybe? Oh, thank you. Oh, you zoomed in on my face. Very thanks. Oh, look at that. Little Castro. Of course, little Castro's going to support it. Of course. Hold my hand to make sure I don't fall. I'm weak little man. Who do you think tops? Who do you think tops between Zelensky and Castro? Which one do you think's receiving, guys? I'm just saying. Yes, indeed, Torque Doctor. That's exactly what happened. And that's come out now. Even Jake Tapper is admitting this shit now. What a world where Jake Tapper can now actually admit that Biden was a fucking mashed potato brain. And he could admit that Europe by buying the oil, has literally been funding both sides of the war. That's what's been happening. They've been funding both sides of the war. Again, it's another illustration of the Hegelian dialectic, guys. Acting as if you were against it, but you were actually for it. Holding both of those at the same time. A little bit of problem, reaction, solution. It gets downright frustrating at times. Castro's the bottom? You think so? I mean, maybe. Zelensky looked pretty freaking flamboyant when in his previous lines of work. Just saying. You think they're both... Julian, they're both bottoms for chicks with strap-ons. Oh God. They're definitely sitting in the corner. They have a chair. They probably have a cuck chair. Just saying. Oh, you think they take turns? It's possible. It's possible. Oh, man. Oh, man. Good Lord. Trying to keep an eye on the chat. Y'all are buzzing along. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here in the Dozer Den this evening. We got more. We got the more. There's more. So they like to get pegged. Apparently. That's what Julian said. I didn't say it. Julian said that. How much adrenochrome do you think they consume? Like, is that what it is? Is that what all the sacrifice of human life, is that what it's for? Do they have somebody going around with a little collection bottle, a bucket, collecting the blood of those that are suffering? And then they just slurp it up like, God, who was it? In South Park episode, oh my God. How dare I forget this actor's name? The one who played Superman. For the love of God. Christopher Reeves cracking over the fetuses, sucking out the stem cells. Is that kind of how they do it? Is that how these elites do it? I don't know. I cannot find the star. Did I see the collage classroom sawzall? No, I didn't. Sangland. Oh, is that over in the locals? I have locals pulled up. I can pull locals up really quick. If it's not going to be gay. Ooh, there is a live chat over there on locals. Is that where I'm supposed to be looking? Nobody's active in the chat over there. Well, darn. Did I see the collage classroom sawzall? No, I did not. Sangland. Do you have a link that you want to share? It's what they tell me. They say they get pegged. I would never say that, but that's what they tell me. That's right. Oh, man. Let's see. Back to the X. We'll shrink that back down. JD Vance. I don't know why this gets me. Yeah, there you go, Ghost Pepper. I got it. It took me a sec, but I got it over there in the pill.net chat. By the way, thanks for watching over there on pill.net. We're streaming where we can to get our voice out to the people, guys. The purpose of this show, to inform and entertain the masses, infotainment, if you will. If I can make a shit sandwich just a little bit more palatable, I feel like I've done something special, guys. Just a little bit. This one makes me giggle, and entropy. No, you pegged the issue there. Oh no, it's Zod. Oh, it's Lex Luthor, not Zod. That's cool. Oh, look at you coming. Ghost Pepper's got some cool gifts. Excuse me, stickers over there in the pill.net chat. This one here is just, this cracks me up. We do have an article, I swear, guys. We have an article that I'm going to read, but I am just having a little bit of fun here. It just says, JD Vance, it says, you should have said please. I don't know why. That cracks me up so fucking bad. Yeah, should have said please. Oh, speaking of the oil stuff, right? We're gonna have a parallel between, it seems like I forgot who mentioned it earlier, but it's Seems like, what's up, Jacob Castro coming in the chat, hot and heavy, sup savages. It seems like, there was a certain orange man, a few years back who talked about how the European allies were literally supporting Russia right along with it. Look at that, Matt 1776, red pilled over there on pilled.net. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Matt. To you. Well, thank you very much. Let's play this clip here of Jake Tapper talking about real stuff. It's almost like they were lying the whole time, guys. It's almost like the media doesn't tell the truth and doesn't really give a shit about actually presenting the facts to you until it becomes convenient, until it becomes just a little bit more convenient for them. Let's share this one. Oh, shit. I was sharing it already. What am I doing? I was trying to expand it in the wrong area.
Europeans were actually buying more Russian oil and gas than they were helping Ukraine in terms of the aid. So in some ways, the Europeans are funding both sides in this war.
Germany will become totally dependent on Russian energy if it does not immediately change course. Here in the Western Hemisphere, we are committed to maintaining our independence from the encroachment of expansionist foreign powers.
Well, I have to say, I think it's very sad when Germany makes a massive oil and gas deal with Russia, where you're supposed to be guarding against Russia, and Germany goes out and pays billions and billions of dollars a year to Russia. So we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting all of these countries. And then numerous of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia. And
This is the thing that I love about Trump. He calls people out to their face, regardless of who's present and regardless of the circumstance. When somebody needs put on blast, Trump's your man. He doesn't give a fuck about decorum. When people need put in their fucking place, he's going to check them. And I appreciate that shit.
I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got in. It should have never been allowed to have happened. But Germany is totally controlled by Russia because they were getting from 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia and a new pipeline. And you tell me if that's appropriate, because I think it's not. And I think it's a very bad thing for NATO, and I don't think it should have happened. Now, if you look at it, Germany is a captive of Russia because they got rid of their coal plants, they got rid of their nuclear. They're getting so much of the oil and gas from Russia. I think it's something that NATO has to look at. I think it's very inappropriate. You and I agree that it's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he does kind of have that energy. I agree. That is what needs to happen. That calling out, that's what needs to happen. Oh, I'm getting messages over here. No, I didn't say you could talk again, Jake. Shut your whore mouth. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, shoot. I had to share from, look real quick. Oh, not that one. Make sure I'm not missing anything important over here. Okay, we're good. We're good. But, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Cool thing, though. Cool thing that we have to talk about. Let's see. The military aid is being ceased. Well, it has ceased, I guess is the way to say it. Look at that. Check out the Dozer Den.locals.com. The water's warm over there. Pretty damn loose on the free speech aspects in the chat. Just no genitalia and no threatening to end people. And you'll be fine. It's very hard to get banned on locals. Very, very hard. But I guess it is possible. Do a little afuera, yeah. Little bit of an article here from CBS News. The military aid has been cut off. I'm happy about this. This needed to happen. This needed to happen years ago. Years ago. I'm not watching it. Sanglant, I'll take your advice. I won't. Oh, did I get cut off on YouTube? It's possible. Oh, there's somebody talking. I don't want to hear them talk. I'd rather read. Because they're probably going to be twatty about it. So, we got a little bit of an article here about the aid being cut off. Let's share it. Do a little bit of reading for you all. This is from CBS News. Trump administration pauses U.S. military aid to Ukraine. Updated March 3rd, 2025 at 9:19 p.m. Eastern, 8:19 p.m. Central Time. The best time. I didn't see who this was written by. I like to give people their credit, at least on the stream, and say who wrote it, but I did not see an author. All right. Maybe that'll be at the end. So, what's up, Mild? Good to see ya, bud. Had his first premium stream earlier. He is also in the Rumble Creator Program. Guys, if you haven't followed Mild yet, Mild's Culture Plate, grab you a dish, dig in, and have a good time with Mild's Culture Plate. All right, the Trump administration has paused U.S. military aid to Ukraine, the White House confirmed Monday. It's the latest fallout days after a contentious meeting between President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House erupted into an open dispute in front of TV cameras. The president has been clear that he is focused on peace, a White House official told CBS News. We need our partners to be committed to that goal as well. We're pausing and reviewing our aid to ensure that it is contributing to a solution. Smart. About freaking time, a few years late, but okay. The U.S. has been a key supplier of weapons for Ukraine as it continues to fend off Russian troops 3 years after Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion 3 years ago. Let's go ahead and talk about 2014 Maidan coup instigated by RCA. No, we don't want to do that, CBS News? Okay. But Mr. Trump's return to office has brought a marked... Let's see, did he call it? Okay, they called him President Trump. Journalistic standards means they only have to call him president once. But President Trump's return to office has brought a marked shift in U.S. policy toward the conflict, with the president blaming Ukraine for the war Russia started. Actually, we were kind of involved in that. Yeah. Friday's meeting, which was meant to precede the signing of an economic and minerals agreement between the U.S. and Ukraine, devolved into a confrontation. Real quick, guys, I don't think this would be a good thing. I don't think we need to be involved in a mineral contract with them. I don't. Because if that's the case, then we're going to have, if we have interest in the minerals and in an economic interest, then we're going to have to send troops over there, right? Right? So that right there is another, it's a line step. It's habitual line stepping. When it comes to Russia, that is what the rest of the world does. They habitually step on the line and cross the fucking line. And then Russia's just like, what do we do? Do you want us to just sit here? I don't know if that was a Russian accent or not. I tried. Mild posted a link to a site selling the thing in that vid. Locals was fine with it. They can barely walk with those. Oh, no. Locals chat gets spicy. Oh, man. Reminds me of the balls or no balls question from the Ricada law streams. Every now and then it would creep up. I presented that to my wife one day. I had to explain many great things to Lady Dozer that night. Oh, good times. All right, scrolling done. Back to the article. Back to the news. Let's see. Mr. Trump told Zelensky to reach a ceasefire agreement with Russia or we're out. And Vance accused the Ukrainian president of being disrespectful. He was a little piece of shit. He was a turd. He was a petulant little toddler during that interaction. If you watch some of the some of the actual video from the 39 minutes that preceded the blow up, Zelensky was pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So no, Fuck Zelensky, and fuck the media for characterizing it as such. Oh, poor little innocent Zelensky, he's just a victim for mean, big, bad Trump and that meanie head J.D. Vance. Fuck y'all. I hate the media. In general, yes, the media. I detest you. Most of you are fucking soulless cunts. Women love the food. Oh, you know what Lady Dozer said? You know what Lady Dozer said about it? Said, they can be internal ovaries, right? They can be internal gonads. I'm like, fuck. Okay, you make a point. You make a point. Oh, mild. The good days. All right. Let's see. Orwell accused President of disrespectful after he challenged the vice president's assertion that the war had dragged out because of a lack of diplomacy from Ukraine and the Biden administration. The meeting abruptly ended without signing the rare earth minerals deal, and several White House officials told CBS News that the future of military aid for Ukraine was in doubt. Since Mr. Trump took office in January, $3.85 billion has been available in drawdown authority for weaponry that can be pulled from existing U.S. stockpiles and sent to Ukraine. U.S. officials previously told CBS News. But the Trump administration has not packaged any of that aid for a single shipment since January 21st, a diplomatic source told CBS News Monday. Still, there have been shipments of weapons sent to Ukraine since January 20th that were promised by the Biden administration in earlier drawdowns, according to defense officials. The $3.85 billion is spending authority, not congressionally appropriated funds, which means it's up to the White House to determine whether to release the aid. It is also not considered, quote-unquote, real money, meaning it can't be spent elsewhere. Well, that's interesting. We were talking about how money is fake and gay over there in Common Censored chat earlier. Let's see. Separately, the State Department also has about $1.5 billion in foreign military financing for Ukraine that is under a policy review by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. So far, the Trump State Department has only given Egypt and Israel waivers for FMF assistance. After Friday's meeting, Zelensky traveled to London for a summit with European and Canadian leaders, where he stressed the importance of Western security guarantees as part of any agreement that would bring the war to an end. He said in Ukrainian that peace with Russia was still very, very far away, but he thought that Ukraine-U.S. relations would hold. He has been pushing the goal. The goal line has been shifted. The goal line has been shifted. Yeah. Sup, Casass Rumble 29. Good to see you. Oh, yes. Well, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to smash that like button while you're here, guys. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to smash the like button. Let's take a look really quick. I'm going to check. I'm not leaving the article. I'm not. I'm going to check on that like button. Oh my goodness, 27, including myself, because yes, shamelessly, I like my own streams. A little bit narcissistic? Probably. But I don't care. All right. Thank you so much for your support, guys. In whatever way you were able to support this channel, I appreciate the heck out of you. And over there on pill.net as well, you guys are freaking awesome. Some mad lads over there on pill.net sometimes. All right. So Trump later posted a link to an Associated Press story covering Zelensky's comments and wrote, This is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelensky, and America will not put up with it for much longer. No, we won't. It is what I was saying. This guy doesn't want there to be a peace as long as he has America's backing and Europe. In the meeting they had with Zelensky, stated flatly that they cannot do the job without the U.S. Probably not a great statement. Probably not a great statement to have been made in terms of a show of strength against Russia. What are they thinking? Mr. Trump added. Trump's hardened stance on Ukraine has rankled some GOP lawmakers. Faggots. Republican Senator Suzanne Collins of Maine said Monday, I do not think we should be pausing our efforts. It's the Ukrainians who are shedding blood. Maybe the peace deal that came out shortly after this started, if they wouldn't have been told by the West to not engage in the peace deal, maybe there would have been a lot less deaths. Maybe there would have been a lot less bloodshed. Suzanne Collins, you disingenuous cunt. Nope. Nope. See, Julian got a run doing an X-Base with Sally. Awesome. Have fun. Have a great rest of the show. Good night, everyone. Peace out, Trouncing. Thank you so much for stopping by the Dozer Den this evening, Julian. I appreciate the heck out of you, buddy. Glad you guys are having a good time over there on the X machine. Check them out. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of the sniffles, y'all. My apologies. It's that time of year here in Southeast Missouri. The pollen might be starting to creep up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my goodness. She'll be back to Rumble. She had a concussion. Oh damn. Sally did? I didn't hear about that. That sucks. I've been seeing her in the in X Spaces because I get the notifications. I've been seeing her hanging out in X Spaces. I don't hang out in the X Spaces as much. I just by the time that I have time to actually like engage, it's either really late after I've done my stream or the kids are up and I can't talk. Like I would love to engage, but it's like when you have kids running around, it's kind of hard. But late night is about all I can do if I want to engage in a space. I haven't been in one in a while. I need to dip my toes into it a little bit again. It's a good time. The problem with me is though, I'm really emotive and I do a lot of nonverbal communication. So like I talk with my hands, I talk with my face, my gestures. But yeah, I need to start getting involved in some of the space activity over there on the X machine. Yeah, background noise makes it difficult. And I don't want to be rude. I don't want to pop in and then all of a sudden you hear a shriek from, the young one who is almost 2 years old. Mini Dozer, he doth grow, and he doth shriek. That boy's got some lungs on him. He does have some lungs on him. And then when the older ones pop up, sometimes they shriek at each other, but they're, a little bit less quiet, less noisy. Sometimes. She fell and hit her head on a wall. Well, damn. The damn tree. That sucks. Well, gosh dang it! I wish I'd have known that. I'm gonna send her a message after the stream. Damn. Yeah. Hers after. You know what? I will probably do so. Make sure I get my phone charged up and my earbud charged up, and I usually stream for about 3 hours on the weekdays. It's usually about 3 hours. But yeah. I will check it out. Julian, thanks for letting me know. Yep. All right. Back to the article. Gosh darn it. Prayers out to Sally. Hope she heals up. Hope it's not too bad of a concussion and there's no permanent damage. Concussions are no fun. I've probably had a few from football. That sucks. Man, good vibes and prayers out to Sally to heal well. See you, Julian, man. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. All right. Back to the article. Before the Trump administration's announcement Monday, Senator Mike Rounds, a Republican from South Dakota who serves on the Armed Services Committee of Ukraine, I'll simply say that we've got to get back on track again. It's critical that we get a minerals agreement put together and that we work on getting a security agreement with Ukraine. Rounds told reporters at the Capitol, they've been attacked. Russia is in the wrong. It's not just Russia, guys. Russia's not the fucking demon here. This demonization of one party over the other is fucking silly. It is so fucking silly. But it is a false dichotomy. A false dichotomy that is ever prevalent. There always has to be the one bad, the one good. Never any gray, never any nuance. It's got to be this and that. That's not the case. It's usually not the case, guys. Let's see. It's got to be intermediary. I don't know if president wants to be that. Oh, okay, Rounds. Blaming, you're talking about Zelensky, possibly? We need to give him the opportunity, but Russia is the aggressor, and we have to recognize that. That dogmatic fucking, they've got it. They can't break out of it. They can't break out of the programming. Their messaging, they have to be on it. They have to be on the messaging, because if they step out of line, they're going to get checked, guys. They're going to get checked. What's up, God Signpost? Gonna drop out, y'all. Not enough sleep the last few days, and my eyes are growing heavy. Have an awesome night. Be blessed. Thank you so very much to you as well, God Signpost. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. If you haven't smashed that like button, give it a good thumping on the way. Guys, we get excited about that like button. I understand. I do too. But if you must hit it more than once, don't just hit it twice. Don't just hit it twice, because that cancels it out. You must hit it at least thrice in order for your support for the Dozer Den to be noted. Oh yeah. Alrighty. So Trump said last month that he had a lengthy and highly productive call with Russian Vladimir Putin, and has also directed Rubio and other members of his national security team to immediately begin negotiations aimed at ending Russia's war with Ukraine. But Rubio said in February there was a long ways to go before peace talks could begin. Delegations led by Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, shortly after those comments, without Ukrainian officials present. State Department they're not at the big kids' table because they're not the big kids. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce said after the meeting that Rubio and Lavrov had agreed to appoint high-level teams to begin working on a path to ending the conflict in Ukraine as soon as possible, in a way that is enduring, sustainable, and acceptable to all sides. This is from multiple authors: Eleanor Watson, Jennifer Jacobs, Margaret Brennan, and Sarah Cook. Oh, Margaret. Frankly, Margaret, I don't care. And Sarah Cook contributed to the report from CBS News. Well, that was an article. Oh my goodness. Guys, I do apologize if my voice starts to falter periodically. My apologies. Hopefully it doesn't do too bad. Let me do a quick refresh here over there on the Rumble stream to make sure things are rolling well. Oh man. All right. Good stuff. Oh man, let me check on my X peeps real quick. Check on my locals chat. Make sure nobody's gotten up to too much nonsense. Oh, we got neurodivergent. What up, locals? Oh, there are 3 people over there. Huh? Including me, probably. That's probably the 3rd person. Yep. Let me see here. All right. We got a quick little thing. I don't know if we're going to read this article from the Washington Post or not. Did a lot of reading just now. I think we pretty much covered what we're going to cover. So let me see if this isn't even worth sharing. Okay. So we'll listen to the aging lesbian. The aging lesbian that is very concerned about her tennis match. That's what we're going to do. You're an ex-peep, no homo. Well, that's good. That's good, Torque Doctor. Let's see. Let me see here. Let me check over there on X. Nobody ever participates in the live chat over there on X. So I'm not sure. Oh, there's a lot of comments though. My goodness. There we go. That's right. King of the Biltong is Harry Toe over there commenting in the live stream over there on X. Thank you for the interaction. That's right. Rumble hard. Check the live stream. The live chat. Nobody participates. 3.85. Oh, that was loud. Gotta check on my X peeps. Thank you so much for watching wherever you may be watching. Tonight, guys, if Pilled.net doesn't have an issue, and that means that Rumble must have fixed the issue. Whatever it was causing the camera and the mic to stop working. Again, my sincerest apologies for that. That was really frustrating. I hate leaving you guys hanging like that, to where I was only able to do the outro song. But yeah. Ooh, you got a beer? You got to drink some bourbon. Get after it, Night Wolf. Have yourself a good time. Be responsible. Oh, man. I'm getting a little bit of a headache, yo. Oh, I will say, on the Saturday streams, I am not going to be sipping that double oaked Woodford. I'm not going to shoot that double oaked Woodford Reserve. That is very good whiskey. Compared to just the basic, the basic Woodford Reserve, I like that bourbon whiskey, whatever. That's not for shooting. That is for sipping and smoking a cigar. So that bottle of whiskey is going to be up on my gun cabinet. And I guess the next time I do the Rumble stream, the stream on Saturday, which the Dozer Den DJ hour is a little bit more laid back. We take music video requests and we have a chill time. And I will take a shot if somebody was to donate 5 gifted subs or donates $20 or more. I usually will do a shot or take a drink. That is not typical. I did celebrate a little bit a weekday night. Whenever was it after JD Vance gave that trouncing? It might have been. I forgot the last time that we had a little bit of a celebration during the weekday. Oh, I think it was with the nominations. I think it was when when Kash Patel got in. He was the last one. That's what it was. I did a little bit of drinking that night because it was a celebratory night. We had ourselves a good time. Let's play this quick little video here. I'm not going to read the article because we already read enough on it. And honestly, I think we've probably covered this topic in depth. We do have a NATO up next that we'll talk a little bit about. And I've got a clip from Good Logic, actually, that we're going to play here. He raises some very, very salient points. So we are going to Jew up the stream with Good Logic here in a little bit. No issues on Pill. Just remember, after 6 hours, the replay will not be available. Yeah, the thing is, I use Rumble Studio, and I go directly through Rumble Studio. I don't use OBS or anything else. So that's the streaming service that I've been using ever since I started streaming. This is the 73rd stream. 73rd stream. So I've been using Rumble Studio the whole time. And until episode 68, I had no issues with it cutting the video and the mic cutting out at the end. But there are 4 streams in a row. It happened. Last stream, so on Saturday, it did cut out, but Rumble has done an update or something, and it had a refresh button that I could click, and it brought me back. So hopefully, if I do disappear at 3 hours, because we're probably going to go 3 hours tonight, if I do disappear, hopefully I'll be able to come back. So, excuse me. All right, going to share this real quick, and then we are going to get into the NATO discussion. Because what's it good for? I'm not sure. Oh no, the Jews! Good Logic. Joe Neerman. Favorite Jew on the internet. Well, okay, Viva. I got to give Viva 2. Yeah. As far as like, I think Joe is Orthodox. Is he Orthodox Jewish? And I think Viva's more relaxed Jewish. I think. I don't know. I don't pretend to know everybody's thing. Maybe sometimes I do. All right, let's play this last clip here about the Zelensky stuff. God, securing your future. You're not securing your future. If anything, you're contributing to World War III. And you need to stop it. You need to freaking stop it, Keir Starmer. Just stop it. That's all you gotta do. Just stop for a minute. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
We've agreed that the UK, France, and others will work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting. Then we'll discuss that plan with the United States and take it forward together. Our starting point must be to put Ukraine in the strongest possible position now, so that they can negotiate from a position of strength. And we are doubling down in our support.
That's what I thought.
So we agreed some important steps today.
Thanks, Nero.
First, we will keep the military aid flowing and keep increasing the economic pressure on Russia to strengthen Ukraine now. Second, we agreed that any lasting peace
Hell yeah, Nightwolf.
must ensure
It's good shit.
Ukraine's sovereignty and security. And Ukraine must be at the table. Third, in the event of a peace deal, we will keep boosting Ukraine's own defensive capabilities.
Why?
To deter any future invasion.
To be the dog?
Fourth,
To be the fucking dog, the guard dog against Russia? That's what you're doing, you fucking asshole.
we will go further to develop a coalition of the willing to defend a deal in Ukraine and to guarantee the peace. And to succeed, this effort must have strong US backing.
Well,
We're working with the
it's like Trump said, what a fucking weak thing to say. You're going to come out all strong and, oh, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. But we need Daddy Trump. Daddy Trump, please. Please, Daddy Trump.
US on this point after my meeting with President Trump last week. And let me be clear,
No.
we agree with the President on the urgent need for a durable peace. We are at a crossroads in history today. This is not a moment for more talk. It's time to act, time to step up and lead, and to unite around a new plan for a just and enduring peace.
Given that the US has become an unreliable ally, did you as European leaders discuss the prospect of actually going it alone?
Ooh.
And actually what the reality of a US pulling out of this, all of this
Should pull
would
out.
mean? Do you think you really do need the US? And if you do you think the coalition of the willing will be enough to bring President Trump back around? Thank you.
Well, first, in relation to last Friday, nobody wanted to see what happened last Friday, but I do not accept that.
Oh, I disagree. I'm really glad that happened. And honestly, I think Trump let that keep rolling because the American people and everybody else needed to see what a little shithead Zelensky could be.
The US is an unreliable.
And it doesn't help that Zelensky was high as balls.
Ally. The US has been a reliable ally to the UK for many, many decades and continues to be. There are no.
Yeah, like the last 80 years or so, we've supported your ass. So there's that.
Two countries as closely aligned as our two countries, and our defense, our security and intelligence is intertwined in a way no two other countries
almost doing
are.
sign
So it's an
language for
important and reliable ally for us.
Yeah, makes sense. Not going to bother reading through that article. We do have, let me see. I think I had a couple more things on X that I wanted to share with you guys, real quick here. Because really, we could talk about how he was welcomed with open arms and a royal salute and all that bullshit. We know that they're going to kiss ass because it helps. It helps them continue their grift. It's a disastrous grift, but it is a grift. And they continue and they persist. And it will, I guess it will, until we stop giving them the money. Stop giving them the money. Just arm them. That's what they're saying. They just want to arm them. Starmer says wants to arm Ukraine sufficiently so that they can begin any peace talks from a position of strength. Countries have expressed interest in joining a coalition of the willing that would help guarantee the peace. So essentially, the jockeying, the positioning that's going on right now, the world war has been going on. This has been a world war. Any other time in history, what you're looking at right now would be considered a world war. You have multiple different countries they picked a big bad, right? They picked a big bad. Only one big bad's currently really involved. There are other ones that could get involved. Let's hope they don't. Because if it does, if they start getting hot, they get involved full on, it's going to pop off. And it's going to suck. But right now, we technically would be in what you would call a world war. It's just really slow, really frog in the boiling pot type of world war, where we are literally just giving a bunch of weapons and money to a country and using it as our attack dog. Oh, well, it's not part of NATO. It's not part of NATO, right? So it doesn't count. It doesn't count as a world war. We're the ones training them. We're the ones giving them the money. We're the ones giving them the weapon. How do we not expect Putin to go, what the fuck is this shit? The fuck you say? I mean, gosh darn it. Nice. Well, if you got a fifth of San Diego Distillery Bourbon, 115 proof, I thought, oh shit, $130. So I spent like around $60 on that bottle of the double oaked Woodford Reserve. So thought about getting the Kentucky Derby Woodford Reserve. That looked really good. But yeah, I like what I got, though. They're positioning us as the big bad right now. They absolutely fucking are. They're and I mean, as far as the ones with clout goes, Russia and the U.S. are the ones with clout. And I hate to fucking say it, I'm not going to deify Russia. They do bad things. And Putin's not a good guy. But Putin cares about his country, and he wants his country to succeed. We care about our country, and we want our country to succeed. We acknowledge that Ukraine is corrupt as hell, and that other countries are using it as an attack dog. That's what's happening. And I don't support it. I'm going to side with Russia over Ukraine at this point. Fuck Ukraine. 100%. Fuck them. Ukraine's not good. Ukraine removes churches, doesn't allow churches to be present, was bombing the ethnically Russian areas of Ukraine. Since 2014, after the Maidan coup, where our CIA ousted a democratically elected president because he was too friendly with Russia. The Cold War's over. It's been over, but people don't want to let it go. That's why NATO was developed to keep the Soviet Union at bay. What is currently not a thing, guys? Real quick, is the Soviet Union still a fucking thing? No, it's not. So why the fuck is NATO still a thing? Other than to foment war. I do not believe that NATO is interested in peace, interested in stopping war. All it seems that NATO wants to do is to foment war, to perpetuate war. That's what it looks like to me. And I am not an expert. I am doing a little bit of pontificating on this, for sure. For sure. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong at all. I think we need to, honestly, I think fuck NATO at this point. There's no reason for us to be involved with NATO. None. They aren't helping us. We are the ones that have been pulling the weight as far as it's concerned. And it gets old. It gets old. Speaking of the Jews, let's listen to Good Logic for a minute. He's got a little bit of a clip he put out there. I think that was earlier today. He's got a message for you EU leaders. Shh, silence. I didn't say you could talk yet, Joe. All right, I'm going to pull up Good Logic. We're going to listen to him. Get after it for a minute here. Double Oak's about $75 where you're at. Dang, Nightwolf. It's good stuff. I like it. I like it. Man. The only collusion between Trump and Putin is they aren't trying to pick a fight with each other. They both know better. Yeah, you got two alpha dogs that respect each other and go, all right, give the nod, acknowledge, and move on to your business. That's what you have with Russia and the U.S. with the current leaders right now. Zelensky, Chihuahua. Fucking angry, rabid little Chihuahua. Coke-fueled. Coke-fueled, rabid Chihuahua. That's Zelensky. All right. Let's listen to Good Logic. To the EU leaders, listen to Joe. He's a nice Jewish boy.
For 75 years, America has stood as the backbone of NATO, providing 50 to 70% of its funding each
Be right back,
year.
y'all.
We've protected your ports, your cities, your lands. We've protected your sovereignty. We have been your faithful sentinel for 75 years. America has engaged in many wars during that time: Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Each time we've taken very little from NATO. Our contributions have been great, our requests minimal. America has been funding the world while amassing a $36 trillion national debt. In his 1796 farewell address, our great and honorable first American president, George Washington, advised, quote, "It is our true policy to steer clear of permanent alliances with any portion of the foreign world," unquote. Our NATO commitment has defied that warning. Our generosity has done precious little to earn worldwide respect. While you have mirrored the format of our constitutional republic poorly, and you devour our culture, you continually refer to and think of Americans as being completely stupid, ignorant, and uncultured. The irony of your disdain is not lost on us. Your current smugness is rooted in faux nobility. Specifically, you say, "We stand with democracy," or Ukraine, as if that deserves a cookie. When Ukraine first came knocking on our door, we gave generously, very generously, more so than any other country. We recognize that Putin is deplorable. He's a terrible man. But as the war evolved, it became clear that vast sums of the monies that we sent did not reach its intended destination. Rather, far too much of it landed in the pockets of politicians
And up Zelensky's nose. You can't forget about that, Joe. Come on.
who were promising to send Ukraine yet another check. Between that and the murky objectives of the Ukrainian war, as well as a struggling economy, America as a whole got very tired of propping up other countries, and specifically Ukraine. We also question claims that Putin has actual designs beyond the borders of Ukraine, and question how democratic a country that doesn't hold elections actually is. So America voted in President Donald Trump with a resounding mandate that he put American interests first. Secondarily, if you can manage to work out that whole nagging world peace thing, that would probably be a good thing too. With that in mind, Trump invited Zelensky to the Oval Office. The stated objective was a peace deal. Upon arrival, however, Zelensky claimed that no diplomacy could ever work with Putin because he's always going to back out of the deal. Given his history with Putin, Trump assured Zelensky that if he brokered a deal with Putin, that Putin would honor it. Zelensky clearly did not agree, and he kept demanding concrete security guarantees. When the Ukrainian president was talking, Trump and Vance allowed him to speak thoroughly. When President Trump and Vice President Vance would respond to him, Zelensky tried overtalking them. He shrugged, he eye-rolled. Many people believe he actually muttered expletives under his breath at them.
He called J.D. Vance a bitch in Ukrainian. Suka.
All the while, he talked down at them, claiming that they didn't have sufficient acumen to assess the situation as acutely as he could. Zelensky still has not apologized for his insufferable rudeness, nor shall he, because within hours of that meeting concluding, one EU leader after another expressed public support for Ukraine, clearly siding with the warring non-NATO leader over the American peace-seeking leader. You spat in the face of the country that has gifted you for 70 years so that you can extend your loving arms around a country that has the only objective of taking more and more from you. Please understand this. America will never again support Ukraine in this war.
Nope.
The UK and France seem gearing up to expand this conflagration despite President Trump's peaceful objectives. They're treating a non-NATO country as if it's chartered. America respectfully urges President Trump to inform NATO before this conflict broaches on NATO-controlled territories that America...
Did you see, Torque Doctor? A full-on, almost $2 billion from the UK, guys. We've spent $350 billion. Now they come out, oh, well, we've got $2 billion almost that we can give you. Acting like that's big potatoes. Not compared to what we've done. So much taxpayer-funded chaos in the world right now. So much. Another thing. The kids, guys. When these conflicts happen, the kids suffer. In the most horrendous ways. Yep.
is divesting itself from this conflict altogether and declaring itself neutral. We wish Europe well, but we will not saddle our children and grandchildren with the crippling costs of this war or the far more ominous costs of rebuilding either Ukraine or any NATO participants who dubiously and voluntarily decide to bait Russia into expanding this war. Indeed, given the limited returns of our overpriced NATO investment, many Americans are waking to the wisdom of our first great president and observing the shameful disrespect of our current great president. It makes many of us wonder, why are we in NATO at all? Best regards from across the pond, America.
I like it. Well said, sir. Well said, Joe. I agree with pretty much everything he said right there. Joe's on point. He's a smart guy. NATO doesn't need to be a thing anymore. NATO should be canceled. If we shouldn't be involved in NATO. We sure as shit shouldn't be supporting them. It is pretty much what they are like, what the Europeans are like. And the reason that they're able to have such good stuff, such nice, fancy stuff, such free stuff, right? Quote unquote, free healthcare. It's because we subsidize that shit. With all the money that we send over to these countries, we have been supporting them since the end of World War II. This shouldn't be a thing anymore. They're like the child, an adult child that never moved out of mommy's basement. And they're asking for more pizza rolls. And more pizza rolls. And more pizza rolls. And we've got to cut it off. Sartorius, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining this episode of the Dozer Den, and to ETN. Good to see you, bud. So they feel sorry for the actual citizens of Ukraine because of that idiot with grandiose delusions of grandeur. I think that's what you're trying to say, ETN. I'm interpreting for you, damn it. NATO needs perpetual conflict to stay relevant. Absolutely. It is the Hegelian dialectic. It is the firefighter that is going around and starting the fires. It is a clear example of such. Sartorius said 1930s Japan scheme to detach Manchuria from China. 2010s NATO scheme to detach Ukraine from Russia. Yep. And then you have places that literally are more ethnically Russian that wanted to be annexed into Russia. If they voted for it, you let them have it. That's what the people wanted. But this isn't about democracy, guys. Even though they champion it. They champion democracy on the daily, but they don't actually mean that. If it's oh yeah, democracy. Wait, not like that. Not like you don't like Zelensky. No, not that type of democracy. Oh, you guys actually want to be part of Russia? No. You can't do that. Not that type of democracy. No, we can't have that. They can't allow it. Maybe the PB and raisins. Okay. Oh, they're too fast for too fast for pizza rolls. They get celery. Yep, too fat for pizza rolls. Give them celery. Maybe a PB and raisins. Yeah, it would do them good. It would do them good. I concur. I concur. Oh gosh. Let me see. Back to my bookmarks here. Yes, I corrected it. I figured out what you were trying to say there. That autocorrect is a little bit annoying, isn't it? Here's the comment from Trump on it. From his Truth Social. Go ahead and check that out real quick. Oh man, I might be starting to get a little bit of a cold. I'm streaming tomorrow night too, dang it. I'm not going to cut it off. Nope. Got to deep fry those things. Done in seconds. Pizza rolls? I've air fried them. I like air frying pizza rolls. That's fun. What's up, Americans first? Good to see ya, buddy. Yeah, American cash. Just shower them with it. That's what they want. That's what they want. Say why Russia is so much evil without acknowledging China's communist. Yep. No, it's because it's the they got to make a boogeyman, ETN. They got to make a boogeyman, and Russia is the boogeyman. They've been the boogeyman since NATO's inception, and they will continue to be the boogeyman until NATO is put in their place. And NATO does need to be put in its place, in my opinion. All right. From Trump. We already read that part. This is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelensky. America will not put up with it for much longer. It's what I was saying. This guy doesn't want there to be a peace as long as he has America's backing, and Europe, in the meeting they had with Zelensky, stated flatly, they cannot do the job without the U.S. Probably not a great statement to have been made in terms of a show of strength against Russia. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? They're not. You're not thinking. That's the problem. Yeah. Zelensky says the end of the war is way, way off. Oh, look at that. That's what you're going to find in Fort Knox, guys. Eggs. All the eggs. Oh, well, I love the lurkers. Thank you so much for watching. Lurking is okay with me. Let's see. Methyl crystals. Clear that one right quick. Just a sniff. Yeah. Or wax warmer. I need to actually take my nasal spray. That would be smart. Yeah. Zelensky's, he doesn't want the end because he's going to run out of his supply of cocaine. If the war comes to an end, he won't get to do that. Did I want to see this? Nah. We don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh. I did not know my voice was going to get that gruff. What's up, Trader Todd, the one lone warrior over there on the YouTubes? Thank you so much for watching over there. Appreciate you, buddy. Let me see. Guys, we might have to do something really quick here. Might have to. If I see it. Oh, and there it is. Guys, guess what I got? Guess what I got in the mail? The mail today. The first sponsor of this episode of the Dozer Den. 1775 coffee. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's the Dark Roast K-Cup. 24 cups. The box itself is a smooth, satin-like finish. It's good texture. And I had a cup of coffee earlier in my Louder with Crowder mug that I got years ago. Look at that. Oh, real quick. Bold flavor without the compromise. Our best-selling 1775 Bolivian beans are now available in K-Cup compatible single-serve pods. Each pod is packed with 12 grams of robust coffee. The pods are recyclable. Just let them cool, remove the contents, and recycle the foil and plastic. Nice gold. It's gold. It's actually really good coffee. I enjoyed the heck out of my cup of coffee that I had. I can actually vouch for this product. I have tried it. It is delicious. I would recommend it. Guys, have you heard of the recent advertising scandal? Let me break it down. Break it down now. The CEO of Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky, recently released an email from Inspire Brands and Dunkin' Donuts. The email explicitly states, the right-wing culture of Rumble is too polarizing. It's just too much for them. They're soft ways. In other words, Dunkin' Donuts has a problem with right-wing culture and wants nothing to do with it or Rumble. So here is the solution. You could stop buying products that don't support you and start supporting brands that support you, the people. The competing coffee brand that we all need to get behind is Rumble's 1775 coffee. Bam. Got it right here for the prop. It's good shit. For a limited time, Rumble is offering buy 2 bags of coffee and get 1 for free. Go to 1775coffee.com and enter promo code Duncan. That's DUNKIN to get this limited time deal. Well, I wish I would have known about that. Although I didn't get the bags. I wanted the cups. I wanted the single serves because I wanted to see if it was any good. And guys, it's great. Honestly, it's really good coffee. Much better than Great Value, which is what I had been drinking. That shit is just like dirty water, honestly. Here. It's dark. It's dark roast. Dark. I ordered it in February, okay? So I was supporting Black History Month with the dark roast. I'm just saying. You can smell it through the K-cups. All right. But yes, it is worth your money. I have enjoyed it thus far. I've only had 1 cup. So, but 1775 coffee. Check it out, guys. Thanks for hanging with me through that ad read. Maybe now Russia can be included into NATO. ETN, the thing about it is Russia asked years ago. Russia actually proposed being part of NATO years ago, and they were mocked. They were mocked by the NATO members. They don't want to even entertain that. They don't even want to think about Russia being part of the solution because they are the boogeyman. They can't even entertain Russia being part of the solution because Russia has to be the bad guy. Because apparently you have to have a boogeyman when it comes to conflicts in the world. But years ago, they actually tried. They wanted to be part of NATO. But, can't have that. Nightwolf, cocaine's one of your favorite drugs. That's why I haven't touched it since 1998. Well, good for you. Glad you haven't touched the sugar boogers. The white pony. That and I couldn't find any worth doing. I got spoiled in the 80s. Just didn't want that in my life. Well, damn, that's a tough one to break. It's a tough one to break. Sugar and cocaine light up the MRIs. Just about the same. Actually, I think sugar might be more. Sugar's really bad for you. But I love it. I do love it. Close, damn it. All right. I'm going to close this box. There we go. We got it closed. Russia is bad guy. Putin is a dictator and a war criminal. Trader Todd. So is Zelensky. Okay? Yes. Putin's not a good guy. But you know what? I'd be more along his line of thinking right now and I empathize with him more than what's been going on with Ukraine. Ukraine has been used as the attack dog. If you take a step back and look at what's going on in Ukraine since 2014, when our CIA, the American CIA, went in and instigated the coup, they removed their democratically elected president, who was a little bit more friendly to Russia. Can we really blame Russia for reacting in some of the ways that it has? Now, Russia has done bad things. Yeah, I agree. But Zelensky is not an angel. Deifying or demonizing both parties, kind of silly. There's nuance. The false dichotomy has to stop. Zelensky was part of it. Yeah, he was. He was installed. He was installed by our CIA. Our CIA instigated this shit. NATO instigated this shit, Trader Todd. Look into the Maidan coup of 2014. It does not just stop at a couple of years ago, Trader Todd, over there in the YouTube chat. Look further back. Look further back and you will have a more fleshed out perspective on this issue. You honestly go back and read through. If you go back and look through the stream, I don't know if there's a lot there. There's a lot there. So, yes, that one's a crossfire. Oh, yeah. Ukraine was rough, guys. Ukraine did things that would make the Nazis blush. They were absolutely horrendous to the Jews. Ukraine was awful. The Azov Battalion, still prevalent in Ukraine. And that's who we're funding. That's who we're funding. Fucking Nazis. Literal fucking Nazis. And we got to stop. We got to stop it. They want to have their spat, let them have their spat. But they don't need our money. They don't need our resources. We shouldn't be fucking around with these other countries' disputes. We need to focus on us. Focus on us. Very simple. The war machine will keep on turning. It will keep on turning if we let it. But if the U.S. takes a step back, says, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to chill over here. You have fun with that. I think, yeah, the current one, it's almost entirely on NATO and Ukraine, especially since there was a peace deal. There was a peace deal just shortly after this started that Zelensky had signed. They were about to make it official. And then the West came in and said, no, you don't. So don't tell me that this is all on Putin, because it's not. There's nuance that has to be taken into account here. Deifying or demonizing either side is silly. Approaching it with nuance is the appropriate way to do it. But it's hard for people to do. It's hard for people to do. Man. All right. Okay. Didn't even bring in George Clinton to have a decent parliament. Georgia? I think there might have been a typo there saying land 86. No more billions to anyone. Yes, except how about the Americans? How about we focus on us, on this country, actually putting America first. Americans first. Good name. Good name. Historically, the city of Lviv or Limburg was third Polish, third German, and third Jewish. Not really even Ukrainian. Yeah. That's why that interview with Tucker Carlson, where Putin laid out the history of all of it, was actually quite informative. And yes, he's gonna present it from the most Russia-friendly perspective, as one does when they are trying to defend their country and make their country succeed. Of course, you're going to paint your own country in the best light possible. That's what you do. A lot of people can't get past the fact that the U.S. has been really, the government, not the people and not the message of the United States, but the government, the intel agencies have absolutely been the sponsor of evil across the world for the last 40 or 50 fucking years. You got to be able to acknowledge that. It's some evil shit. And based on what went on just recently with the whole Epstein stuff, guys, it was hidden. It was being hidden from Pam. I'm going to give Pam a couple weeks. Apparently they've got the thousands of documents now. Somebody got fired. Here's the thing, Pam. Here's the thing. If you want to get back in my good graces and in the good graces of many a MAGA, that's how you know we're not in a cult, guys. We called this bullshit out. Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that Epstein shit? Hold up the thing. We mocked that shit. As MAGA, we went, whoa, what? And then when it was literally all the stuff that's already been out, already been released to the public, it's insulting as fuck. It's insulting as fuck to have been told that it was going to be something spicy and juicy and actually important when it wasn't. It just simply was not. And so Pam, if they are able to read through the documents they have now, because apparently there are thousands of documents now, maybe a client list, guys, because the flight log doesn't really fucking matter. The flight log, it doesn't. The fact that somebody went to the island doesn't necessarily mean that they were doing horrible things with kids or unwilling participants. Some were adult escorts that were compromising world leaders. Mossad was one of the big ones. So just go ahead. Lex Friedman, you weak man. Can't dare to criticize anything attached to Israel, can we? Absolutely pathetic. Just because you can criticize some of the things that are attached to Israel doesn't mean that you are anti-Semitic. Just like I've said before, it's like whenever people were saying that you were racist for calling it the China virus or saying that it came from horrible practices, lab protocols in China. That's not racist. That's having an issue with the Chinese Communist Party and their shit government. You can have a problem with the government and the structure that is there without hating the people. There's a difference. I don't hate anybody based on immutable characteristics. I think that's kind of gay. If you do, that's on you. I wish you did. But I understand being in Southeast Missouri, I know a lot of people who have some really fucked up perspectives on people just because of how they look. And I will politely and calmly check that whenever it happens in front of me. Like, or it could just be this or that, not necessarily because their skin color. A lot of shit people out there. Skin color usually isn't the thing that's, or ethnicity usually isn't the thing contributing to you being a piece of shit. Culture, yeah. The way your family raises you, yeah. There are problems with cultures, for sure. As I've said before, not all cultures are equal. And it's okay to acknowledge that. Yep. We just keep giving it. Sorry for bill doxing you there. Americans first. Yeah, friends. Friends is an interesting word when it comes to our European quote-unquote allies, guys. They're like overgrown kids that are getting the money cut off, and they're really, really mad about it. And they're throwing a fit. And they're stomping their feet. And they're saying, but we really still need you. We're doing a little bit on our own, but we could really still use your help, Mom and Dad. That's pretty much what it is. Speaking of the intel agencies doing a bunch of nefarious shit across the world, let's talk a little bit about how the intel agencies may have definitely been involved with the Trump assassination attempt. The shooter, guys, Thomas Crooks, turns out exclusive. I love Nina Infinity's response to this. Oh, damn, am I going to have to refresh? Oh, no. I'm going to have to refresh, guys. Let me give it a second. All right. Be back in a blink. We're doing a refresh so I can share the screens. And we're back. Hi there. Brief intermission. All right. Sharing this. Nina Infinity's response to this was hilarious. So, exclusive. A private investigator has uncovered evidence that Trump shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks didn't act alone and was part of a criminal network. Nina Infinity. In other news, the sky is blue. Yeah. I agree. So we have a YouTube's video to watch, and we're going to react to it a little bit. I'm going to stop sharing there, though, because I don't think it'll do it if I click on it while I'm still there. So this story, guys, I could have sworn it was going to get memory hold. Honestly, I didn't expect much more to come from this story. There should be people asking more questions, because that is almost certainly a case of at least let it happen on purpose. Guys, there's LIHOP and then there's MIHOP. LIHOP, let it happen on purpose. And then MIHOP, made it happen on purpose. After all the evidence, I kind of tend to lean towards MIHOP with this one. At least, LIHOP's 75%, maybe 25% of they made everything happen on purpose with this. I don't know. And here's the thing. Do the investigations. Get to the bottom of it. Kash Patel, where are you at, dog? Come on, man. No joke. Got to get into it. We got to get into it, and we got to figure it out. Yeah, it's not like that's a great point, Americans First. Not like, with Crooks' home cleaned almost in a clinical fashion. No silverware in the drawers. It's interesting, guys. There's far too many questions. Far too many questions with that. They should have never been allowed to get where he was. That's why I said they let it happen. I think that they had some people nudging him along, some older fellows that might have been helping him learn how to shoot. Using the right tools, rangefinders and stuff like that. The dude was walking around with a rangefinder on the grounds the day of the shooting. The day of the shooting, this was happening. And nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm not a coincidence theorist. And I won't act like I am. I won't act like it. Because we can't. Guys. It's just frustrating as hell. It's frustrating as hell. So we got a bit of an update here. Got a quick YouTube video that we are going to play through here, and I will pause and comment because that's what I do. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight and hanging out with me. You know, I said we were going to go 3 to 4 hours, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit feverish. Might have to call it at about 2.5 hours. I don't know. I haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, I'm not really feeling that great. It kind of sucks. I hate that. I blame the children, the petri dish that is the public school system. That's what I'm going to go ahead and blame it on. I'm not subscribing to you, New York Post, because sometimes you're shit. But this one seems like a good story. Let's listen.
The assassin of Donald Trump, part of a larger criminal network?
There were others in assisting Thomas.
And does one private investigator's claim of an electronic device still pinging at his old high school have any merit or implications? Plus, those close to Crooks say
that was a narrative that was talked about shortly after all the different devices that were associated with this guy, and it was kind of forgotten about. But there's some interesting stuff with the pings and like the geo fencing, I think is what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. There were a lot of people involved in this to make it happen, or at least let it happen.
Public narratives about him are all lies.
It still baffles me now.
My findings in Western Pennsylvania almost
Dana
8
Kennedy,
months later,
investigative
right now.
reporter, New York Post.
On July 13, 2024, a seemingly mild-mannered college kid almost altered the course of human history when he shot Donald Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But to friends...
That moment, guys, I still remember. I was out door dashing. I was in the middle of door dashing, and after I saw that, I actually got a Truth Social notification and pulled over. I was on the way to pick up an order from Dollar General. And I pulled over in the parking lot, was looking at the news, watched it over and over again, went in and went ahead and got the order, delivered it, and then I ended my dash. And I did an impromptu live stream at a church parking lot in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, to talk about it. And that could have very well changed the course of human history. Agreed. It's not exaggerating to say that. It's not exaggerating to say that at all. And people don't want to think that their government would do something like this. But especially with the Routh guy, or Routh, I don't know how you say his last name. I'm going to say Routh. Routh. With that guy, he's clearly an asset. Like, there's no way he's not an asset. 100%. What's up, Therapy Range? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. I'm glad to see you, buddy. Guys, if you haven't followed Therapy Range yet, go ahead and take a minute, click on his picture or name, whichever it is. I think it's in the browser. It's a little bit different than if they're in the app. But follow Therapy Range. He does the splody stuff. Good guy, good content, worth your viewership. But yeah, guys, a lot of people don't want to think that their government would do something like this. A lot of people still are of the perspective that the government is there to help you and there to protect you and there to be good to you. A lot of the times it's not. And they clearly tried to take out Trump multiple times. And there's times we probably will never even know about.
His neighbors, former teachers, and investigators, why Thomas Crooks did what he did is just as much of a mystery now as it was back then. Videographer Matt McDermott and I spent a week in Butler, Pennsylvania, and nearby Bethel Park in a sometimes wild journey to find out what really happened.
After all these months, the trail is as cold as the ground that you see in front of me. The motive remains unknown. Why?
The motive is he wanted to kill Trump. Because he didn't like Trump. Because they told him to. Probably.
Shocked us. Even though Thomas Crooks killed one rallygoer, Corey Comparator, and seriously injured 2 others while grazing Trump's right ear, there's a lot of sympathy for him in his hometown of Bethel Park. Several people told us they don't think Crooks acted alone and that he might have been a patsy.
Probably. What's up, Miss Minnie Mill? Not until 75 years from now, when or if it gets declassified. Dirk gently said he had the rally on in the background with the volume off and preoccupied. About 1 minute later, you look over and all hell is breaking loose. It was surreal. 5 minutes before we knew for sure. Yeah. ETN, it's a possibility. Although he seems like he might have been somebody who was easily persuaded, so I don't know if MK Ultra would have necessarily been needed. I think good old-fashioned manipulation and stroking of the ego probably helped him out. Now, Luigi, the dude who took out the fucking United Healthcare, was it United Healthcare CEO? ETN, that case, I bet that's MK Ultra. Like hardcore. Dude just disappeared, started talking about psychedelics, then disappeared for 3 months. Freaking successful, smart kid. That one sounds like MK Ultra. This one, I don't know. I haven't seen enough anything to make me think it was MK Ultra, but I think good old fashioned manipulation is probably what factored into this. I think he probably had some people that worked their way into building trust with him and nudged him ever so gently, and sometimes maybe a little bit more forcefully at times, into doing these things. That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of what I think probably has gone on, but I don't know. Oh, damn, Sartorius, you were at J6. Well, hopefully you never had to deal with any bullcrap from any Fed boys for you walking peacefully through, the red ropes. Or I hope you didn't get hit with any bullcrap crowd dispersal tactics, even though the crowd wasn't violent or anything until they started shooting stuff into the crowd. So hopefully you didn't have to experience any of that nonsense.
Some also accuse Biden's FBI of suppressing some information, like why Crooks' body was cremated so quickly. And
that right there. I just when they cremated his body, I told one of my relatives that, and they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, makes perfect sense, right? Why on earth, other than to hide evidence, why'd they cremate the body so quickly? Why? When the investigation was still ongoing, people went to go look at the body. Oh no, we cremated it already. Excuse me? You did what? You fucking did what? An assassin? A would-be a would-be assassin? You already cremated his body. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Not like they were literally spraying off the roof after the dude was shot. Yeah, there's blood up the roof. You don't clean out the crime scene. The shit wasn't done yet. Up there spraying the roof off. Like, in our faces, guys. It's so fucking blatant. So blatant. All right, my head hurts. It's too hot. Oof. I don't realize how hot a foil hat will make your head. It's yeah. It's good insulation. Yeah, Dirk, literally, yes. They sprayed off the crime scene. Sprayed off. It's in our faces, and they don't care. They don't care that we know. They know that we know. That they know that we know. Is that how you do it? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, guys.
what his overseas encrypted accounts revealed. Private investigator Doug Hagman's
random 20-year-old who has a bunch of encrypted phones and overseas accounts, and nobody can get into them apparently somehow. FBI, friends before integrity. Sure is what it seems like. I had never seen that before. I like that. I'm gonna steal that. Friends before integrity. Not so much fake and heavily edited to elicit a response, Sartorius. Ooh. What did I miss? Everything you saw presented on TV was fake, really. No, I wouldn't say fake. Edited, yeah. But yeah. That's not bad. Yeah. I don't know.
a team of 7 working on this mystery after being hired by a secret client shortly after the event. He says his team used a technique called geofencing. Hagman told me they located 8 or 9 devices, probably cell phones, that belonged to other people, but were pinpointed to being with Crooks at his home, at his old high school, at his gun club, and even at the rally. Hagman said he doesn't believe.
So, okay, some of those could have just been people that were in his friend group or that went to the same school. But at his house too? 8 other phones? I mean, I guess maybe you've had a it depends on how far back the data goes, I suppose. I don't know.
Believe Crooks acted alone and that he was part of a criminal network that's still out there and still wants to kill President Trump.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I think there's sufficient evidence to.
So they're going with a whole thing of not a lone wolf, but a bunch of lone wolves that got together. No government involvement at all? Yeah, I got a bridge to sell you. God dang.
Support the conclusion that there were others in helping, assisting Thomas Matthew Crooks.
She could wipe her laptop screen off with a cloth. That would be nice. A lot of smudgies there, Dana.
So the presence of electronic devices at his home as well as at the Butler Fairgrounds.
But to all his neighbors, Thomas Crooks seemed like a regular teenager.
I mean, he seemed like a normal kid. He seemed nice enough. He'd wave and smile, every day.
That's what they say about him all. Oh, he was so nice, so normal, just a nice boy. She probably was, till the government got their hands in him, or their teeth sunk their claws in. Peaceful warmer state, DC operators up in the Capitol Dome were projecting concussion grenades out. Oh, you're talking about oh, shit. Sartorius, you're not talking about the shooting. You're talking about what happened on the 6th. Yeah. Yep. That whole thing, that sucks so bad. Yeah. The Capitol Dome were projecting concussion grenades out and over the crowds to explode. Yep, they were. That whole thing was set off. They instigated that. And, just because you have a uniform on doesn't mean you get to beat the hell out of somebody and beat them to death. Defense. It's appropriate. At times. Not even any litter on the streets. That's usually the case with the right-wing protests. The mostly peaceful right-wing protests usually leave things better because a lot of them leave, might have heard of leave no trace, where you leave things better than when you left it.
Hey, walking around. So it's not like he was like a shut-in or anything like that, Seemed like a very normal teenager.
Everyone we spoke to pushed back on the narrative at the time that painted Crooks as a Columbine-type loner who wore camo to school, was bullied, and even supposedly threatened to shoot up his school once. They told us that was all false. Crooks's former guidance counselor, Jim Knapp, knew Crooks and his parents and older sister since he was in 9th grade.
Do you remember where you were when you heard the news that Thomas Crooks had tried to kill the person who had become the president of the United States?
Sure did. And it was like, are you kidding me? I said, this kid, I would have never, ever thought would have attempted this or never would have done.
Torque Doctor, I'm waiting for when the neighbors say, yep, that seems like the type of kid that would do that. There are definitely some people. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. So we got about 70 people watching over there on Rumble. Thank you so much to everybody watching, by the way. And here's the thing, guys, really quick. If you have not created a Rumble account yet, go ahead and create one. Take 5 minutes out of your day. Make a Rumble account. Support a free speech platform. And let this channel, Bulldozer74, be one of your first follows. Guys, we're at 739 followers. Let's get to 1,000 by April. We have a little bit less than a month, guys. We have a little bit less than a month, but I think we can make it happen. Like, comment, share, all those things. All those things. Oh, damn. I hope so. Hope so, Sartorius. Ed Martin, the new U.S. Attorney for D.C., is going strong to bring the corrupt J6 prosecutors to account. I hope that's the case. I hope somebody has to be held accountable at some point for the horrible miscarriage of justice that was enacted upon the participants of Certification Day 2021. So, Yeah, so this guy was just saying, the guidance counselor here was just saying, hey, didn't even seem like the kid that would ever do something like this. So, I don't know.
Crooks's former computer technology teacher, Xavier Harmon, was one of many who told us Crooks was not only a very gifted student, but a nice kid. Harmon said he called Crooks, quote, his little buddy.
I didn't believe it. I know the individual I taught, and this individual, this picture there, presenting of somebody who was a total 180 of who he was in my classroom.
His Bethel Park High School friend said you can never really know anyone, but still said he was shocked at learning what his old economics classmate did.
This kid that I played football with, sent me a message. He was like, "Do you know Matthew Crooks?" And I was like, no. And he was like, "Oh wait, Thomas Matthew Crooks. You graduated with him, right?" I was like, "Yeah, what about him?" And he was like, "That's who tried to assassinate Trump." I was like, "Get the heck out of here, dude." It still baffles me now.
He went to the gun range 43 times in the year prior to shooting Donald.
It's a lot of practice, and he had the shot lined up. Everyone's like, "Oh, thank God you can't shoot." That "Bitch You Missed" song. There's a good song from Tom McDonald, but the "Thank God the Left Can't Aim." No, Crooks had a perfect shot. For the grace of God, if it wasn't for the grace of God, we would be in a different country right now, because that would have set some things off, and that was the goal. That was the goal. He was a messed up kid. No cat was safe in our neighborhood. Torque Doctor. God.
Donald Trump 43 times at the Clairton range. Did he ever?
Could have made it 47. That'd have been more serendipitous. Thomas Matthew Crooks. Why do they always have the names? You gotta think. What did he go by Thomas Matthew Crooks a lot, or does it just roll off the tongue, as it does with these people who try to assassinate presidents? John Wilkes Booth. I don't know.
Talk about that kind of hobby before shooting?
No, I would have never taken Tom for a gun person.
And that's what makes me think that somebody got in his ear, told him to start practicing, trained him up, got him to where he was ready to go, and then probably did it subtly. They probably did it over a long span of time because they saw Trump not losing. Trump was not losing to the establishment. He was not losing to the lawfare. He kept going regardless of the bullshit. And so they tried to take him out. Well, what if they miscalibrated his sights on purpose to miss? Because he was shooting iron sights. He wasn't shooting with a scope, was he? I think he was shooting iron sight. I can't remember 100%. No, because the first shot hit the gun. I don't think there was a scope. I'm pretty sure this kid was shooting iron sight. I could be wrong, but so what if they miscalibrated his sights on purpose to miss? I don't think he did though. Americans First, because the shot was lined up. I was on with Cool Frog for like 6 hours that night, up to early in the morning, and we watched that fucking video over and over and over again. And if you see the 3D models of it set up, if Trump wouldn't have turned his head ever so slightly, it would have gone through the back of his, right behind the ear, and then out and through the back of his, the back of his head, and then out the side. If he wouldn't have turned ever so slightly, it would be a completely different country. I think the sight was lined up. He had the shot. Thank God Trump is a very animated individual when he's speaking. Thank God for that. Guys, I used to think that Trump was part of it. In the back of my head, not fully, but I always had this nagging thought in the back of my head that Trump, maybe he was part of all the nonsense. Maybe he was really actually a part of the machine. He was just acting like a disruptor. But after they tried to kill him, nope. No doubt in my mind that he is definitely outside of the machine. He does work with them I think, honestly, to live. And you got to get something done. So that's what you've got to do. But when they did that little nagging thought in the back of my brain, ever since, God, I was a Ted Cruz guy for a minute, then a Ben Carson guy. I was Ben Carson, then Trump. But the 2016 cycle, man. Yeah, that thought went out of my head after that because they tried to kill him. Can you imagine what is happening right now in the alternate reality where they actually got Trump? Probably pretty rough. Sartorius, hey, there's a ladder set up for me to climb up with my rifle, like John Belushi and Animal. Yeah, apparently he took the stuff there, though. I think the story is that he actually brought the ladder from, like, was walking with the ladder or something. No. I'm wrong. I'm misremembering. They had a ladder there for him. You're right. And he left says Trump paid someone to do it. I call them Alex Jones.
The frog prophet himself. You see what it is? Trump actually, he paid somebody to go up there and shoot him in the ear. And that guy was such a crack shot. After 43 times to the range, he was able to hit Trump directly on the very top of his ear, just nick his ear. They did it on purpose. I'm just saying, yeah.
It's the Blue Anon crowd. That's what that is. The Blue Anons. Whew. They got some thoughts.
To be honest, he seems more of like hang out and play video games type of person.
But those were the people who spoke to us. Many did not. Thomas's parents still live in
These people, I can't help but think that they might have been paid a lot of money. A lot of money. That guy got a huge arm. Y'all see that? But this arm's normal size. This arm's not. What's up with that?
very small ranch home in Bethel Park, but have never given interviews.
I'm standing right in front of the Crooks home where Thomas Crooks grew up. His parents, Matthew and Mary, are in.
Okay, that's where he grew up, but where's the house that he lived at? Didn't he live at another house, guys? It might have been a lymph node issue, like a lymphedema or something like that. That might have, I don't know. I'm not going to diagnose this guy, but.
Inside now. They were inside yesterday. Apparently, they never come out of their house except at 3 a.m. to go get the groceries. This, according to a number of neighbors.
So are they at 3 a.m. to get the groceries? Like, they got I guess a 24-hour store they go to? Probably. It's the diabetes. It's possible.
Crooks's older sister, Katie, lives in an apartment complex nearby, but good luck getting to her.
Miss Minnie Mel can't help but think of Quagmire with the one giant arm. After he discovered the internet, he discovered internet porn. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that. See, other people thought Popeye. But Miss Minnie, you went to Quagmire.
Giggity, giggity.
Yeah. Perfect setup.
Behind me is the apartment building where Katie Crooks, Thomas Crooks' only sibling, lives. She's about 23 years old. She works as a janitor nearby.
Listen to this.
And when we went to see if we could talk to her, we were met by two men in her apartment building complex that came to the door and told us in no uncertain terms that we had to go. They were polite, but they said, and I quote, "This story is dead, and you need to know that." And when we went to see if we could talk to her, we were met by two men in her apartment building complex that came to the door and told us in no uncertain terms that we had to go. They were polite, but they said, and I quote, "This story is dead, and you need to know that." And told us in no uncertain terms that we had to go. They were polite, but they said, and I quote, "This story is dead, and you need to know that."
We also.
Yeah, that's who the hell are these two guys? That's concerning. That's fucking concerning. It's work, doctor. You mean to tell me that there are naked ladies on the interwebs? You know, I've heard tale of such things, Torque Doctor. I've heard tale. Sangland.
Also visited the gun club where Crooks practiced an astonishing 43 times between August 2023 and the Trump rally in July 2024. We are right now rolling up to the Clairton gun range. This is a gun club and a shooting range about half an hour from Thomas Crooks' house.
He lost a follower on Rumble. What?
2 months before the attempted assassination of President Trump. And the day after, oddly enough, there were officers, agents from the Department of Homeland Security that were here shooting as well. This is a gun club and a shooting range about half an hour from Thomas Crooks' house. And he went once in May, 2 months before the attempted assassination of President Trump. And the day after, oddly enough, there were officers, agents from the Department of Homeland Security.
Oddly enough, huh? Just coincidence, right, guys? Just coinkadink.
Security that were here shooting as well. Louisiana Congressman Clay Higgins told us, however, that he's pretty sure Crooks acted alone. He investigated the incident for months as part of a bipartisan congressional committee, but he admitted to me that he still hasn't found a motive. Higgins hopes the new FBI director, Kash Patel, will help him find out more about Crooks in the coming months. But the people we spoke to said they don't believe the mystery of why Thomas Crooks did what he did will ever be solved.
Why did he do it? I have that.
Yeah, it's Lee Tardy Oswald. Gene Bondano. Lee Tardy Oswald. Good to see you, Gene Bondano. Thanks for joining this episode of the Dozer Den. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Give it a good thumping. Caress the like button. Do what you need to do to that like button because we are almost to 30 thumbs up, guys. We can do it. Share this stream out in all the places that you frequent. Share it with a lefty. Make them mad. They're not going to like my perspective. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just the exposure will help them come around to the light. It's worth a shot. Thank you guys so much for your support in whatever way you are able to support this channel. I appreciate the heck out of y'all.
I thought I said why I thought, and I really to this day believe it. Even, from time he left high school to 2 years later, something happened to that young man during that.
Yeah, the feds. The feds fucking happened to that man.
At time, right? And I'm a firm believer, and as we talked earlier, about my current job in the religion, I believe evil is in the world. The devil has hit the world.
I mean, that's true.
It has always been in the world. But I think the devil really inflicted him, caused him to snap, and that's why.
Through the feds.
He did it.
His teacher, Xavier Harmon, wants to remember his old student, not the scary young man he read about in the media after the shooting.
I just want everybody to understand who Thomas really was and the individual that I knew. The monster that's being created isn't the individual that sat there for 2 years in my classroom. So I'm going to focus in my heart and my mind to always remember that young man and not who was created.
It was cool to see the people that knew him give their perspective on that. So more to go with that, I suppose. More to go with that one. But there were some updates. I think that was quite informative. Kudos to Dana, whatever her name was, with the New York Post, for getting after that story, because Lord knows we need somebody to. Lord knows we need somebody to. Oh, earlier somebody was saying that the king and the queen were in my comment section. Dang it, I didn't even look. That you were talking about the Anton, King of Biltong, and Queen of Biltong, probably, weren't you? I think it was Neuro. I didn't even take a look. I'm gonna look right now. Celebrities in the chat or in the comments. Yeah, they sure were, weren't they? Oh, that's nice. Anton, awesome. Everyone is happier with my meat in their mouth. Damn right. I was very happy with your meat. Oh, that Biltong, guys. That Biltong stuff, biltongusa.com. It is really good stuff. There may be a code coming at some point associated with this channel. Stay tuned. Then Queen of Biltong said, I love your unboxing. So happy you enjoyed. Pleasure to have you on stream today as well. Yeah, when I was in there commenting. Well, that is freaking cool. Yeah, it's good stuff. That was my dinner. That was my dinner tonight. Biltong. I've sprinkled actually a little bit of the Celtic salt. Sprinkled a little bit on some of the biltong, and it added a little extra zing to it. I'm thinking that salt is going to go very, very good. It'll pair well with a nice medium rare steak. It's going to be good, guys. I am getting hungry just thinking about it. Now I need meat. Might need some more biltong later. Who knows? Biltong, Biltong. It's like what beef jerky should be. It's actually South African, and it is it's delicious stuff. It's delicious stuff. Oh damn, you're out of beer, out of Woodford Reserve. Oh no, liquor store closed. Well darn, you might have to get into the good stuff, Nightwolf. Careful. There you go. Maybe at some point there will be another code associated. But there you go, Neurodivergent 1. Get yourself some biltong over at www.biltongusa.com. Use the code STF1010 to save 10%. Those 8-ounce bags make excellent gifts, and they're good to have for yourself too. If it was still Christmas time, I would definitely gift one. They're stocking stuffers. They'd be great stocking stuffers. It said to refrigerate, so I do have mine in the fridge. But I have heard that you can keep them out of the fridge for a while, and if you're probably not going to be. I'm just being honest. You're probably not going to keep the bag that long because you're going to want to eat more of it. And it's a high protein, healthy snack, so you don't have to feel guilty about it. I gave Mini Dozer a piece today. He thought it was chocolate. So when he took a bite, it sat on his tongue and they spit it out. But then he came back later and he wanted to try it again, but I was already out. So I felt bad. So, yeah, so ETN, I sure hope God does. God does. God makes it right. But man, it sure hurts. It sure hurts to see the evils that are allowed to, be present in this world. But you're praying Psalms. Man, my neck is killing me right now. Let's see. I don't think we had anything else on that. Speaking of the government being corrupt as hell, brief clip from the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Hopefully on YouTube it doesn't try to copyright strike this brief clip. Just a minute, 13 seconds, YouTube. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Oh, I hate YouTube so much. Follow me over there, by the way, though, if you do want to follow me in all the places. BillDozer74. Got like 30 subscribers. All right. Oh, I did not give a shout out. After we play this clip, I'm going to give a shout out to the new followers over there on Rumble because we've had quite a few over the last day or so. Being in the creator program may have something to do with it. I don't know. But I appreciate all of the new followers. Thanks for being a Killdozer here in the Dozer Den. It's a good time. Guys, share this out. We need to get more Killdozers here in the Killdozer army. Currently, metaphorical army. That's the way it's going to stay. That's the way it's going to stay, Fed Boys. Quick clip. If my throat gets worse, guys, I'm still streaming tomorrow. I am. But I'm probably going to find something to do a little bit of a watch and react with you. Because we'll see. I'm going to get some cough drops tomorrow at some point. Because I can feel it. But I'm going to truck through for you, the audience.
More than just insider trading. Like the insider trading stuff, like the stock portfolio stuff is quite trackable, but there's it's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff, to say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to DC. How am I going to survive? This is going to kill me for sure. Um, so,
Sad.
in fact, I do think
Sad
like
state.
it's like I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff because it's going to get me killed. You know, yeah. You know, it's like I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get desperate.
People do get desperate. One of the other clips, I don't think I have it pulled up here, but one of the other clips they were talking about, talking about the what they will do to hold their power and their wealth, and it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. God dang it! This one actually would have worked well with our clips earlier. Let's listen to RFK Jr. for a minute here. I know we are. Oh shoot! We got to get back to this. I have to give a reaction to this. I forgot all about this until just now, but scrolling through my bookmarks, this is something that there may be a rant meter. There may be a rant meter for this, because this is not okay. This is not okay at all. God, he's geeked out. Look at that dude.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
The absolute fuck we will. The absolute fuck that my kids are going to be involved in your stupid fucking bullshit. You corrupt little faggot. My kids, they aren't old enough yet, but if your fucking way is had, this will persist and continue to a point where my oldest might actually be old enough to get fucking drafted for a goddamn money laundering operation to support your fucking drug habit. You stupid little fucking troll. U.S. troops should never be forced to engage in your bullshit for your fucking nonsense. No, Ukraine should never be part of NATO. NATO needs to be fucking disbanded. How about that? This Article 5 bullshit, you're already in a conflict. You can't join NATO, you fucking idiot. And anybody that's all these fucking lefties and all these fucking idiot, retarded fucking Europeans acting like this is reasonable, fuck you. Fuck yourselves right into next week and beyond, because you are not a legitimate person. You are not somebody to be taken seriously. You can go fuck yourself. No American youth, no teens, no young men and women should be fed into your fucking war machine. Goddamn satanic fucks. Fuck those people. Fucking say it. Say what our fucking people are gonna do again, you little rat. Fuck you. Bullshit. Yeah, exactly, Trader Todd. Kneel before Zod, the new leader of Planet Houston. I don't know what that is. Yeah. AIR, American Individual Resistance. Need more air. That right there set me off. That little fucker. You're not going to tell Americans what we're going to do. Nope. He thinks that. He thinks that. And that's why I hope to God tomorrow when Trump makes his address, that's what we're going to do tomorrow, guys. On the docket. Because my voice is going to be shit, probably. Based on what I'm seeing right now. With my voice right now, the tonsils, I can feel I'm getting ever so much more swollen. We're going to probably be watching Trump's address to Congress, which is not a State of the Union, from what I understand. It's like an unofficial State of the Union. I don't know. Yeah, fuck that guy. I got kids. I got 3 kids. And if they have their way, this thing will persist and continue. And in 8 fucking years, they're going to try to take my kid. I'll fucking die. I'll fucking die before my kids are fucking drafted in some bullshit European trash war. Nope. Goddamn right. I'll put my life on the line to prevent that shit from happening. Little fucker. Yeah. Fuck Zelensky. Fuck Ukraine. Even all the people. Fuck it. At this point, fuck the people too. I'm seeing all these fucking clips, and I don't know if it's propaganda from Russian. Maybe. I've seen all these clips of them in the fucking Capitol having a parties, like elaborate fucking parties. But I thought Ukraine was such downtrodden. They were so downtrodden right now. They're so just barely making it. But then the clips of them, but those could be the elites, because we all know what they fucking do whenever, like with all the COVID crap, they were shutting everybody else down. You had big parties with celebrities and elites doing their thing. So see that? I'm being even killed on that one. I'm being even killed on that one and acknowledging that it could be a little bit of propaganda. But honestly, no, fuck the people too. You fucking hate to say it, but at a certain point, no, actually, you know what? I don't hate to say it. This fucker is a dictator. Rise up and overthrow his ass. You're the people of the country. If you, the people, don't want him there, fucking remove his ass. Abso-fucking-lutely. Why not? People of Ukraine, rise up. Show your independence. Kick that little fucker out of office. Either make them allow the elections, or make your voices fucking heard. Yep. Really focal, eyes wide shut as soon as the cameras are off. Yep. Some dark shit going on. Very dark shit. Guys, in between topics, let's go ahead and talk about the second sponsor of this episode of the Dozer Den. Click that subscribe button. Guys, if you subscribe to Rumble Premium, get premium, guys, that red button. If you click that from this channel, it actually will help me out a little bit. This sponsorship is from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator like moi. They didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought platforms would censor political conversation or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell to pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They are attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you. They are attacked in corporate media. They are attacked by governments like France. And up until, well, actually still kind of Brazil. But Brazil's letting a Rumble go, I think, now. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove speech while Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers. They really don't get much of that. Watching this show here on Rumble and others is the most that they can ask from you, but if you really believe in this fight and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is currently, guys, offering $10 off with promo code STUDIO, that's STUDIO, when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use promo code STUDIO, or click that little link where it says Get Premium. Help me out a little bit, guys. If you want to do it, take the jump. Support this channel. Helps me out. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have the means, well, you know what? I'm just happy that you are taking time out of your day, evening, afternoon, night, morning, whatever time it may be, wherever you may be, to watch this episode of the Dozer Den. Thank you so very much. Oh, man. Oh. All right, guys. All right. Last topic of the evening. We've got some border talk. Because, guys, uncharacteristically, CBS News is giving kudos to the Trump administration for doing some good on the border. A quick drink here. Oh, shit. What you got? Just got this alert. What you got, Miss Minnie Mel? Crap. What you got? Ah, nice. Nice. I really hope this is what's going. Oh, let's hope that's the case. Let's hope that's the case. We'll share this really quick. Thanks, Miss Minnie Mel, for sharing. Appreciate the heck out of you. Looky here, guys. This is from U.S. Homeland Security News. So, not like official government, I don't think. But it says, alert, unconfirmed reports that President Trump will announce that the U.S. is leaving NATO in his joint address to Congress tomorrow. This would be the greatest news in modern history. That would so be true. Says, tomorrow night will be big. I will tell it like it is. There are others that will tell it in a certain way that isn't what it is, but I am going to tell you like it is. I really hope that's the case. Thanks for sharing, Miss Minnie Mel. Is that from the Truth Social? The Truth Social. Oh my God, could I say that any more boomerishly? Any more boomerishly? Is that a word? Boomerishly? Nah, probably not. It's all right though. I said it. It happened. I made it a word. You're welcome. Gosh dang, I hope so. Check out, that's right. Look at that. Look at that. Check out the dozerden.locals.com. There's also a Discord, guys. If you want to check out the Discord, got about 20 something members in the Discord, I think, something like that. Guys, if you haven't followed the channel yet, go ahead and click that follow button. It's a good thing. It's worth doing. It's worth doing. Just honestly, following the channel. Become one of the Killdozers here in the Dozer Den. To those people who are watching after the live stream, hello from the past. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Or night. Whatever time it is. Wherever you are. Goodness gracious. I'm going to lose my voice here in a second. That's what's going to happen. But to the border talk, guys. There you go. Thank you, Nerdiversion 1. There's the Discord link. Take a minute. Join the Discord. Have some fun. Trish is in there in the news chat, putting up all kinds of good news links. Taking a couple of those and made those into a show topic, to be honest with you. Man. Yep, there's the Discord. Let's go ahead and get into this border talk. ETN, but what is the soul of America if not the religious value into it? I mean, that's a huge part of the founding of this country is the religious aspect. So, not forcing it, but it is a huge part of it. Christian values. It is what it is. Old Blackstone, what is it? Blackstone formulation or Blackstone's guide something? I don't know. It's based on religious teachings. So, okay, so let's do a quick listen here, give my voice a bit of a break, and then we'll get into the article. This is from CBS News by Camilo Montoya Galvez. Wonder if she's going to be biased or not. Is Camilo a girl name? Camilo. It might be a guy name with the O. I don't know. Nightwolf, great show. Thanks for putting up. Dude, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. No, you've been a fun member of the chat. Appreciate all my Killdozers. Don't appreciate the bots. The bots, they're quite annoying. Saw they were over there in freaking Sterling. He was over there in Sterling's chat today. I'm not saying we're going to leave NATO, but it's what we should do. That's what they tell. Torque Doctor. I'm not saying we're going to leave NATO, but it's what we should do. That's what they tell me. We're leaving NATO. Oh, this is not helping my throat doing the Trump voice. I can't help myself. All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick. We're going to play this. really quick here and then get into the article.
The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating why several flight crews received a...
That has nothing to do with this article. Fuck off, CBS News. Okay, no break for my voice. Let's just get into it. Thanks for the kind words, Nightwolf. All right, Washington. The number of migrants... Oh, I forgot to give the title. Amid Trump crackdown, illegal border crossings plunged to levels not seen in decades. Amazing. Looking at drinking pickle juice, the vinegar and the cucumber with spices helps with the throat and voice. I might have to do that. That or I'll take a couple sips of whiskey. Actually sip the whiskey instead of shooting the whiskey. Because shooting that double oaked Woodford Reserve did not do it justice. It didn't. So I might have to be sipping on a glass here in a little bit after the stream. We gotta look for somebody to raid here in a little bit. We might do oh gosh darn it, I haven't been paying attention to the pill.net chat. Sorry to anybody who's still watching over there, which I don't think we have many people watching, to be honest. See, I might do Average Joe Patriot raid over there on pill.net and then find somebody else on Rumble. Or I might do both on Rumble to Average Joe Patriot. I don't know. We'll see who's streaming. But yeah. From Washington, the number of migrants, illegal aliens, crossing the U.S. southern border in President Trump's first full month in office plunged to a level not seen in at least 25 years, according to preliminary government data obtained by CBS News. Last month, Border Patrol recorded about 8,450 apprehensions of illegal aliens who crossed into the country between official entry points along the U.S.-Mexico border, the statistics show. On some days, during a record spike in illegal crossings under the Biden administration, Border Patrol recorded more than 8,000 in a single day. Oh my God. It's not like he told them to come. Not like he told them to come. You wrong. How about you do whatever the hell you damn well please? Maybe. Oh my gosh. Ah, there you go. You've been following the raid since the Nunn Report. Great show, by the way. Dan Nunn with the Nunn Report. From 3 p.m. Central to 5-ish, I think. I think he goes for about 2 hours. What's up, Duck Fat? Peeplings. Good to see y'all. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Give that like button all the attention it needs. Because it needs a lot of attention. The like button's very important, guys. It's a very important button. If you don't give it attention, it gets sad. And we don't want that like button being sad. It's a very, very special button. Good things happen when you pay attention to it. Just saying. Let's see. February's total, which could be adjusted when the government officially publishes the statistics, would be the lowest monthly apprehensions tally recorded by Border Patrol since at least fiscal year of 2000. 25 years, a quarter of a century, y'all. Let's not undersell it. A quarter of a century. Insane. The last period with public monthly data. The final tallies usually don't deviate much from the preliminary figures. Over the past 25 years, the only time monthly apprehensions came close to the level recorded in February was in April. So it was 28 years. April 2017. Wait, never mind. Good Lord. Math and me are not a friend right now. When Border Patrol apprehended 11,000 migrants at the southwestern border, agency data show. Here's you at graph. Look at that. Let's see. Kind of tracks with Obama being the deporter in chief, I guess. That's insane, though. That's absolutely insane. Tell me it wasn't orchestrated. It was absolutely fucking orchestrated. They literally invade this country with this. Can't tell me anything else. Yeah, it's a good point, ATN. Good point. While monthly data before fiscal year 2000 is not publicly available, the last time Border Patrol averaged roughly 8,000 apprehensions per month over a year. While monthly data before fiscal year 2000 is not publicly available, the last time Border Patrol averaged roughly 8,000 apprehensions per month over a year was in fiscal year 1968, according to historical statistics. Huh. Illegal crossings along the U.S. southern border have been trending downward over the past year, including under the Biden administration, because they knew Trump was coming. They knew Daddy was home. After spiking to an all-time high in late 2023. They first dropped in early 2024 after Mexican officials expanded efforts to stop migrants from reaching the U.S. border and then fell further into the summer following former President Biden's move to sharply restrict access to the asylum system. But the reduction in illegal immigration has been precipitous since Mr. Trump's inauguration. In January, Border Patrol agents at the Mexican border recorded 29,000 apprehensions, down 38% from 47,000 in December. Dear God. The drop from January to February was even more pronounced, amounting to a roughly 70% decrease. Trump administration officials have credited their sweeping government-wide immigration crackdown for the dramatic decrease in unlawful crossings. Yes, this is where correlation does infer causation. Just saying. Just saying. At the U.S.-Mexico border, the Trump administration has empowered federal officials to swiftly deport migrants, illegal aliens, without hearing their asylum claims. Yeah, fuck them. If you've been here this long, you should have already got the claim in. There's a legal process of doing it. You fucking do it. Under the premise that the country is facing an invasion. It is facing an invasion. Fuck you for putting that in quotes, you little cunt. U.S. law says migrants on America... illegal aliens on American soil generally have the right to claim asylum to delay or halt their deportation. Trump administration officials have argued that the system has been systematically abused by smugglers and economic migrants who don't qualify for asylum. That's absolutely true. EB1, isn't that the app that they were using? Yeah, we got an app for you to illegally enter the country. Let's just make it so much easier for you. Make it so much easier for you. Mr. Trump, President Trump, has also directed the American military to help with immigration enforcement, deploying thousands of additional troops to the southern border and tasking military planes with deporting migrants. Illegal aliens, you bastards! Some WEF gobbledygook. While Biden also moved to curtail asylum during his last year in office, President Trump's unprecedented actions are far more restrictive. Unlike the Biden administration, for example, the Trump administration is not processing in any significant capacity asylum seekers at official border entry points. In fact, a Biden-era system that facilitated that processing through a government app was quickly terminated. Ooh, you silly little bitch. The way they fucking characterize shit, the way they write about shit is so goddamn frustrating. Paint it with the rosiest of lenses. Just The Trump administration is also considering adding another layer to its restrictions at the border, making plans to invoke a public health law known as Title 42, good, to summarily expel illegal aliens on the grounds that they could spread illnesses like tuberculosis, which is actually very fucking true. Whether illegal alien flows continue dropping, plateau, or increase in the coming weeks and months remains unclear. Historically, arrivals at the southern border have increased in the springtime. Well, it's warmer. While its border strategy has yielded quick results, the Trump administration's efforts in the U.S. interior, where the president has promised to conduct the largest deportation operation in American history, have encountered some significant obstacles. Yeah, like fucking government officials like fucking Alexandria Occasional Cortex, literally telling illegal aliens how to avoid the raids. She should be arrested. Absolutely. Arrest AOC for facilitating federal crimes. Yes, she should be at least censured and reprimanded in the House. Fuck you, AOC. You make people our age look like fucking retards, and I hate you for that. I think she's like a year older than me. Fucking cunt. Let's see. Top Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officials have been reassigned in recent weeks amid frustrations that the agency is not carrying out sufficient arrests and deportations. ICE's detention capacity has also been stretched thin. As of Friday, ICE detention centers were at 117% capacity, with the agency detaining more than 45,000 illegal aliens, 20,000 of whom were first apprehended at the southern border, according to internal government data. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it's a guy. Camilo Montoya Galvez is the immigration reporter at CBS News.
yeah, you weren't going to get a unbiased take from that guy. So there's the update on the border, guys. Good things are happening. Good things are happening. Trump administration being recognized for doing its job. And yeah, glad to see it. AOC, dumb biothic? Dumb, biatch. AOC equals dumb biatch. I completely agree with you. Let me make sure, lady. Oh shoot, it's 12:30. So I usually get a message if she's coming to bed. She might have passed out on the couch. Lady Dozer does that every now and then. She does. All right. Let's see. So yeah, that's yep, called it. All right, real quick. I'm gonna put up my divider. Enjoy the Killdozer for a brief minute or two. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry for that brief interruption. But yeah, guys. Yeah, looks like the border is actually in good standing right now. Oh, what's up, Trish? Lovely mod in the chat. Good to see you. Sorry late with y'all tonight. Have spent the last 78 hours trying to get a new phone set up so they can fix the issues. I'm freaking pissed right at smash it up. Well, don't smash your phone. Don't be like the Clintons did whenever they tried to subpoena their phones. Don't crush it with the hammers. Don't clean it like with a cloth. Okay, Trish, be patient. Deep breathing. Make sure we're not okay. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're actually pretty much at the end of the topics, but I did want to go ahead and include, this will be our palate cleanser and Massey Minute, because I have been neglecting you all. I have neglected you all. Although last stream I went 5 hours, so I felt like it was okay that I didn't, and it was the Dozer Den DJ hour, so I didn't really feel like did I include a Massey Minute? I've slept since then, y'all. I have slept since then. I'll get AOC a salt lick because she's a donkey. Yeah. I hate AOC so much. She's around the same age as me, and it pisses me off. She's such a fucking dolt. It's so frustrating. It puts it in it, and the people that simp for her just because she's got tits and ass. Stop it. Stop it. You can criticize a pretty lady. She's not even, her face is fucked up. Just honestly. Body? Nah, she got a good body. I'll give her that. But the face is fucked up. Just saying. I guess that's what bags are for. Shake up Castro. You can fix her. Yeah, with a bag. No, you don't. Do not think we got a Massey. You didn't get a Massey Minute on Saturday. I am sorry, guys. I've been neglecting the Dozer Den. My apologies, my friendly little killdozers. Trish, I hope they're able to fix your phone issue. I hope you had a good time with your the company that you had over. Sorry I missed your message and was wondering where you were. We were concerned about you there, Trish. If I would actually look at my DMs, that would be a smart thing, huh? Come on, Bill. All right, let me go to Massey's page. He did have his Tucker Carlson interview up, and we could take a clip from that, honestly, if it's still up. Massey's still not making friends, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Let me look. Mike Johnson, kill switches and cars. Ooh, let's do a quick one. This is a palate cleanser. This is about Area 51. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna put my full hat on for this one. Oh shit! All right, sharing it, guys. Really quick, let's do a recap. Let's do a Dozer Den recap of the topics we have covered tonight. Tonight, we talked a great deal about Zelensky crawling to the UK and begging for more help. And they gave him, a measly $2 billion, where we have given $350 billion. Not like we're shouldering most of that weight. It's dark now. Oh my gosh. But so we talked about that. We talked about Zelensky being a piece of shit. The memes. We had memes. Then we went into NATO, played that clip from Good Logic discussing whether or not we should be in NATO. I can see the case for NATO would be a unified military alliance across the world to keep people in check when they step out of line. Okay, I can see that. There you go. Ghost Pepper over there in the pill.net chat. Tread on those who tread on you. Yep. Adding that to my favorites and submitting to my channel. That's a good one. That's a good one. The Killdozer. You gonna go ape shit on their asses, Trish? Whoa there. Whoa there. Permission to pass a link. Oh, yeah. Hey, ETN, thanks for asking. Yeah, go ahead. Throw out a link if you want. If it's a link for your channel, ETN, yeah, go for it, dude. Thanks for asking. As long as you don't get spammy with it, I don't care. But we talked about Zelensky. We talked about NATO. The suicidal bastards. Honestly, they want World War III. They want the country to be destroyed. They want the world to be destroyed. Honestly, that's what they would love. They would love it if the Malthusian approach is that we need less people on this planet, and they want to get rid of a lot of people. War, that's what it's good for. Killing the innocent. Sadly enough, I think it's demonic. That's just my perspective. Then we went on to talk about the updates with the Trump shooter, Thomas Crooks. Looks like there's some interesting stuff there, guys. I would say that he definitely did not act alone, but I don't think it's just a ragtag team of people who don't like Trump, lone wolves gathering together and being a pack. I don't think that's the case. I think it is probably inspired by feds. The Fed friends. They get in there and they tell you to do stuff to people. They manipulate. They make you feel welcome. Train you to go shoot a bunch. And then just let it happen. Lie hop or my hop? You decide. We need more information, honestly, to determine for sure. I think with the Ralph guy, that was my hop. 100%. They made that one happen. Thankfully, it was stopped. The last topic, we talked about the border, talked about the Trump administration doing all the good things that we need to keep the border safe and just setting records, getting people out of this country that don't need to be here. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Agreed, duck fat, no butt sex, ETN. Don't share that. Don't do it. We don't need that here in this chat. It's not that type of show. We talk about stuff and things. Stuff and things, all right? Get your minds out of the gutter. All right, guys. We got a palate cleanser here, and it's the Massey Minute from the Tucker Carlson interview. They had a discussion about Area 51, guys. I didn't even know this, and I care about this topic. For this topic, though, I will don the foil hat. It's important. I might need another foil hat soon. This one's getting kind of wore out. Some people call it the Illuminipple. Not I, but others have done so. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to watch this, and then we're going to raid somebody on pill.net and on Rumble. Look at Tucker, looking so smug.
Specific areas.
Of course.
You can't bring them in, and then when you go back to the office, you can't tell them what you heard. So it's really quite an experience. It's a deprivation experience of any outside reference.
So it's designed to produce Stockholm Syndrome, it sounds like.
Yes. And when you get in there, they really don't give you classified information. I say there's 3 levels of classification in the SCIF. There's Facebook level, there's Twitter level, and there's New York Times level. And the New York Times level is the highest level of classification. I mean, you're getting to the good stuff when they're telling you what's in the New York Times that week.
Have you ever heard anything you thought was genuinely secret?
Occasionally, just a few times, and obviously I can't say what that is, but they slip up and commit candor occasionally in there, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know that. Nothing like what's at Area 51.
Right.
But occasionally you're just like,
what do people think is at Area 51, by the way?
I don't know. I'm not a.
You guys passed this law, the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023, and then they never disclosed anything.
Yeah.
What is that?
Not my area of expertise.
Yes.
Don't know.
But do members of Congress ever say, wait a second, we're a co-equal branch for the legislative branch. We have as much power as the president collectively?
No, Trish, that's not. Trish, that's ETN. He's just sharing a link out. It's fine. Don't get rid of him. But all the thank you, I guess, for sharing. We were talking about AOC and the big booty Latina. ETN is want to share, I suppose. It's one of those weather ladies, probably. It's not like porn, is it? It's Bing.com videos, Riverview related video, Aussie Man. Okay, Aussie Man. It's an Aussie Man weather, probably. Yeah, he's not trolling. But yeah, I guess if you guys want to check that out, let me know what you think. He did ask. Expected it to be something different, but he did. No. You don't have to. Trish. You're good. You don't have to. It's all right. I don't think it's porn. It's probably just the weather ladies that happen to be quite busty and curvy. And if somebody wants to click on that, I don't care. I don't. Ghost Pepper, you like the foil hat? Who's crazy? It's the scene from Signs where they're all on the couch. I do love the gifts in the chat. I do love that. That is awesome for Pill.net. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and knock on wood. But we're at 3 hours and 15 minutes and the stream hasn't died. So, you watch. It's going to die in 5 seconds now. Back to playing the Tucker Carlson interview.
And you can't keep this stuff secret from us. You're not allowed to do that.
But see, like I have this in hearings all the time. They'll say, I'll ask the ATF director, this happened just last week, Dettelbach, or I'll ask Merrick Garland something, or Christopher Wray. Like I've asked all of them this, and they give you the same answer. It's longstanding DOJ policy not to comment on ongoing investigations. And you know what? That's fine to tell a reporter, but you can't tell the branch of government that created you that funded you. You can't tell them that. That's why the omnibus was so disappointing to me. Is the only way these 3-letter.
Really quick, guys, are you liking the new graphic look? Whenever I pull up the black with the green, are you guys liking that? I'm liking it. I kind of am fond of it, to be honest. So if you guys don't like it, I'm still going to do it. But I do want to know if you guys like it.
Agencies are going to come to heel is if we cut their funding in some specific area. I've joked we could just withhold one toner cartridge for one printer at the FBI, and they would come over with a whole binder full of information. But we can't even bring ourselves to deprive them of a toner cartridge. So we put $200 million for a new FBI building in the omnibus bill.
Yep.
And, to their credit, Jim Jordan and Jamie Comer didn't vote for that. And they're chairman of committees, but they are completely frustrated with the fact that the FBI just thumbs their nose at.
So is that the speaker who allowed that to happen?
Oh, he absolutely allowed it to happen.
So to what extent are members of Congress committee chairman leadership controlled by blackmail?
I really don't think there's much blackmail. Like if there is, I'm not aware of it. I have people come up to me, I travel around the country, I go to Texas and, other states and speak to groups, food freedom groups, First Amendment, Second Amendment groups. And they come to me and they say, why did my congressman sell out? Like, I'll tell you, Bob was such a great guy. And I campaigned for him. I made phone calls. I put up signs.
Pretty much covered.
We sent Bob to Congress and he votes the wrong way every time. Why is it? What do they have his kids in a basement somewhere? Do they have kitty porn on him? Like, what is it? Why did Bob go bad? And I have to look him in the eye and say, Bob just wanted to be liked.
Yeah.
Like
part of the club.
There is a gene inside of congressmen. I think if you look for a common denominator,
Now you hate it. You hate the border, the green. Oh no! I think it makes it pop a little bit. I think it makes it pop. I might make it more subtle. You know what? Just stop thinking about it. Just let it happen, Duck Fat. Let it happen. It'll eventually you'll eventually just learn to love it. Okay?
They like people and they want to be liked for the most part. And they're likable. If they're not likable,
they don't win.
It's hard to get elected. Okay, so this self-selects for likable people, but likable people want to be liked. And they're not surrounded by their wives and children who usually give them plenty of like, right? When they're in DC, it's like, who am I going to go to dinner with tonight? Well, I want to eat food with somebody that likes me, right?
Just WebEx just FaceTime your family, damn it. You don't have to these people. I think we pretty much covered they covered the Area 51 thing there. But that man, that's just frustrating though. Like yeah, we were pretty much at the end of that topic, I think. 45 minutes, 3 minutes. It wasn't very long. Well, anyways, that was the Massey Minute. Talked about Area 51 for a brief moment there. Would have liked a little bit more would have liked a little bit more there, but that's all right. That's all right. Who are we going to raid, guys? Who are we going to raid? You only troll leftist groups. Good on you. Good on you. That girl was the wife of every powerful man in Mexico. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not so used to so many people at RPP's channel. Red Pill Patriot? Is that what RPP is? Should we raid RPP? I don't think I've raided that one before. Wait, is it Repost Patriot? I can't remember. I've slept since then. Let's see. Who do we want to raid? First of all, we got to look over there in Pilled. Who do we want to raid over there in Pilled, guys? We'll set up a raid for somebody. Never take anything you say seriously. Like dumb, but just not an ass. There we go. Cheesy chat and more. You're asking me if something is real. Cheesy chat and more. I don't know. I'm going to take a look. I'll tell you if it's real or if it's fake, Neuro. I'll tell you. Were you meaning to tap raid? Oh, it's Real Patriots Party. Well, there's a lot of people over there. You guys are watching a movie? Maybe. No, that's Real's channel. Yeah, well, why not? Let's go ahead and raid them. This is the TPP. All right, we'll raid that. Got a lot of people over there right now. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and set up a raid for them here in a second. We will play the outro song here in a moment, and then we will do the raid thing. And boom, and boom. I will click confirm here in a moment. Got to get over here. Got to get over to Pilled and do a raid over there real quick. Set a raid to... Let's do Quite Frankly. Yeah, Quite Frankly over there on Pilled.net. I haven't watched this show in a while. I used to watch him all the time. Well, there will be a raid there, and let's go ahead and play the song. Play the song of the Dozer Den, the Dozer Den theme song, y'all. Tell me what you think if you haven't heard it yet. I think it's pretty solid. Good old AI. Let's start it up.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den, y'all. Y'all have made it an excellent episode. I'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Central. We're having ourselves a good time. Confirm the raid. RTP. But if you want to listen to the song and then hop over there after that, that's fine.
Retreat, no surrender. Bulldozers force a savage offender. Red, white, blue, burning bright. In the chaos, he finds delight. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, send your fear. Legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart. Blazing trails of destruction left. In the name of the blessed, the theft. Freedom's price, a crimson blade. Bulldozer, savage the fate. Legend made. Bow before the storm, unstoppable wave. Marching forward, no soul to save. Bulldozer's wrath, tearing apart. Exceptionalism, fire in the heart.
That works. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of the night. See y'all next time.